Alright, yo yo yo, it's your boy Yoshikidneo, and today we are back with more Dungeons and Dragons. Alright, so we're still in the Elven Crypt. When we left off last time, you guys had made your way through the crypt and you had discovered that there were two wizards being held and forced to work for the cult. One of them did it kind of willingly just because he knew that he could get away with learning some things that he might not be able to learn otherwise. And his name is Yev. And the other gentleman was he was captured, tortured, and beaten to death, and forced to make the potion that you guys have been finding, the potion of transformation. And that is Nishan. After you found these two guys, you ventured through and you found the pond or a pool of magical water that you were able to dip the cursed sword in and remove the curse, allowing you passageway into the room that you were previously unable to go through. Once you went through there, you walked into a main chamber where you saw Alanis and three cultists gathered around a coffin. As you guys made your way into that room, Alma went forth and approached them and started talking to them about how Alanis could come back, blah, blah, blah. You're still good to me, you're my family. And then a battle began. As the battle went through, lots of things happened. You killed everybody except for Alanis. And then Alma dropped her guard and was murdered by Alanis and used her body or her blood to open up that coffin, and then Alana sacrificed herself to start a ritual. The ritual was taken on by ghosts that you saw, one of them being a wraith and two of them being shadows. The wraith rose more specters to help with the ritual, which ultimately finished, and it brought forth Ngex, who you don't really know what her story is. All you know is that she said that she had been sleeping for a long time, that she was banished for eternity, but now she's back and she plans to take over the world pretty much. And after she said all those things, she had blinded you and deafened you, and that for just a couple moments, and then she made her escape to where she is no longer there. Also, yeah, she is a beautiful elven-looking lady. You were able to catch a glimpse of her, and yes, she was hot in your eyes. But after that, Dravorkin's seed that he got from Crowley started to light up in his pocket. So he was able to talk to Crowley, and Crowley told him that the world tree was in bad shape. Something evil has just happened. They explained the situation to each other, and after that, Crowley said it's probably best to go and look up who this Ngex person is, or look up what a lich is and how to destroy it, and that is pretty much all you know. And he did suggest going to the library that's in the fortress. It's good so far. You need anything, or? Okay. That's fine. All right, so
you can join him on Twitch if you really want to.
Yeah. Does the Twitch look good though? I'm really concerned about it.
I don't know. I don't have it open.
I'm gonna look at it on my phone. But anyway, I'll play for Nishan for now, until either Dan hops in or I'll just play his character for now.
Cool.
But yeah, so we're still here in the crypt. Thank you.
Do we have vision of what's in front of our tokens here?
Yeah, we still have to find.
Are you talking about where Ferdraig, Anara, and Jeff are?
Yes.
Jeff is currently at a door.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's up to me. Okay.
Or well, my bad. It's a portcullis.
It's a what?
It's a portcullis. But let me do that neat reveal thing.
Dang, Junior, you looking good on that camera, dude.
I'll go back.
Am I?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, my man. Is it good quality? Like, I understand the quality's probably fine, but is it buffering a lot?
Yeah, it's definitely like it played for a second.
Well, I'm recording it, so. Oh yeah, look at that. My dropped frames. I've dropped
Great.
65% of my frames.
Yes, I have advantage, Martin. Thankfully. God,
Yes, she
that would be
does.
awful if I didn't.
All right. So, and you're just percepting it, right?
Yeah, make sure nothing's trapped or anything in it. It's possible, it's not probable.
All right. So,
Right, that's what I meant.
you go over to the wooden portcullis, and as you put your hands across it, you're not able to touch the wood, which is strange to you. You feel like a magical barrier that's keeping you from touching it. As you're sort of trying to force your hand forward, that skull that you saw from before pops out in front of you, makes you sort of jump back a little bit, and it shouts at you, "The sword is the key."
Who has the sword?
The paladin guy has a sword.
Who does?
No, I
The
don't.
paladin. I thought you did.
I
The
don't
last
think
fight.
so.
You used it last.
Wait, Martin has it. Martin, didn't you have it? I mean, for Drake.
One of you has it, so see, let me drop my bitrate
Good.
down.
I'm pretty sure it was for Drake, but he's not answering. What? It's part of my thing.
All right, so you're able to steal 2 of the gems of your choice.
Okay.
Martin
Kind of
doesn't
stuff.
see anything. As she opens the chest, her sleight of hand is so fast that none of you are able to see it.
I took the bloodstone and the jasper.
All right, so the 110 gold and everything else except for bloodstone and jasper is on the table. So you guys can all sort of talk about what you want as we go along.
I just want my fair share.
Same.
So how many of us are there? There's 6 of us?
Yeah, so there's 6 of you, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 stones. So there's enough for everyone to get 1, and then a couple people get 2. Or they could lose out on gold, and you could split the gold evenly. Real quick, to all the viewers out there, I do apologize about the bit rate. I just recently moved, so the internet's not the best, but I'll try to get it figured out before next session for sure.
20 gold.
Wonder if I
Like
need...
20 gold.
There's 110. I didn't take the 50 earlier.
I would like my 18 that I'm owed.
I know I took stones. I tried to steal gold, but I took stones instead.
And make sure Nishan, he rolls over, and I'll speak for him. He would just like the moonstone.
Cool.
So what did Onara take?
She took the bloodstone and the jasper.
And then I took the onyx, which you guys know about the onyx one.
Yeah, you watched. Yeah.
All right, so it's 110 divided by 6.
Yeah, and actually, there are 2.
18.
So Jeffrey wanted one of the zircon and the onyx. So, yeah, you guys will have to talk that out on who gets what.
I don't want any gold, just give me the 2 gems.
Cool.
So who doesn't want gold?
Me, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff just wants 2 gems.
So
And I took 20 just now. So that's 18 for everybody else.
so that's 22 for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, 22 for everyone.
Then fine, 22.
Cool.
And so, which two you got the Zircon and the Onyx?
Yeah.
So that leaves the
Then
quartz.
No, there's no onyx. Oh wait, there's no onyx left.
yeah, Onyx
Why
was
the
given by
Onyx?
Jeff. Jeff took the Onyx.
So there's a crucifix phrase,
Oh, so I guess I'll take
Chalcedony,
sardonyx instead.
quartz, and sardonyx. Sardonyx, yeah.
I have one of the sardonyx. Then, since Jeff took this onyx.
Oh, you know what? My upload is probably shit here. They have CenturyLink.
No wonder.
I hate CenturyLink. The download is fine. It's not fine right now. It's only 4, but there's also Ingrid has her classmates over, so they're all on the internet looking up stuff. I think it was just a bad time. Bad timing is all. Let's see, what's this upload? The upload is 0 megabits right now. It's 0.1 megabits per second, so that's why my stream looks like ass. I think I'm just gonna record it. So to anybody that's watching, yeah, because it's already dropped 65% of the frames. So like they're probably seeing one thing, and then all of a sudden everything's moved. So real quick, sorry all the viewers that are watching this. I'll try to have this streaming thing figured out for next time. I will record it all, and I will post it to my YouTube if you are still following our adventure. So, until next time, peace! Alright, stopping the stream, and we'll just record. That should be fine. 0! But, I watch people's streams, from weeks back, of their D&D campaigns, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Martin said he's heading home, so he'll just be listening in on Discord for a minute.
Yeah, I saw. Alright, cool. Alright, so you've looted the chest, and now go about how you want to do things.
Cool. Let's find out what's behind this door, since I already know what's over there.
Well, I think there's
There's what?
Chalcedony, chrysophase, another quartz, and another zircon.
Well, there's still more stuff?
I think so. I don't think we grabbed it all.
From when? Last time? The other chest?
Yeah, are you talking about the other chest from last session? Or are you talking about this one?
No, this chest.
Oh, there's two zircons and another one of something else.
Yeah, 2 quartz, 2 zircons.
Yeah, I took one of them and the onyx.
We can go back
Okay,
through
then
later for
I'll
sure.
take one of the quartz too.
Okay, so
Okay, cool.
go ahead and perception check that door.
Yep.
But as you walk over, you can see that it's made of iron. And when you run your hand across the door, pushing on certain pressure points, nothing happens. So you go to jiggle the lock, and it's unlocked, but you can't move the door.
Okay. Hey, Musclehead.
What's up?
You wanna take care of this door over here?
Sure.
Do a strength check. So you sit there and you flex for everyone to see. You look around and you notice Alma's not there, and you get a little sad. So you kind of push against the door, and you're like, yeah, it's stuck.
Sorry,
Oh
guys.
god. Anybody else got some muscle here? What about Adeline?
Adeline could. Did he say he want to get out and rest? I'll roll for him.
Ignore that last one.
Okay, I was about to say that will do nothing. Alright, he rolled a 19. So he goes up and he flexes. And he looks at Dvorkin and winks. trying to throw him off his game. And as he pushes against the door, you see the ground below him start to picture when you're moving against dirt and you start roughing up the dirt and it pushes you back. And as he continues to try to push it open, he's almost in a full sprint with his arms against this door trying to open it, and it is just not budging.
Oh God. Wow.
What is this door made of?
Iron.
Oh. And there's no like lock or anything. It's just a mobile door.
Yeah, it's stuck. So whoever, like, something happened to where it made it to where the door won't open on its own, like, without any oomph to it, I guess you could say.
Can we investigate to see if the door has any weaknesses? Like
Yeah, you know it's
Like
weak to
someone,
fire.
Like unscrew it or something.
it's
Weak
weak
to
to
fire.
fire?
Well, yeah, it's made of iron.
Real fast, Brady. My new spells I just added.
Yes.
Which ones can I use? I can't use them because I didn't pick them earlier, right?
Technically that is true.
Okay, so I just need to demark
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they're not prepared. You'll be able to choose them to be prepared spells once we complete a long rest. Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking. I want to use this on the door.
Firebolt. All right.
Mhm.
That works. And so you stand there and you hold out your hand and you tell everyone to stand back a little bit. You start to summon a little fireball and you wind it up to throw it. And as you throw it, it becomes this big ass meteor looking thing, but not that big. It hits the door and it explodes, but instead of catching fire, it's just so hot that you see the metal of the door start to melt as it becomes a pool of iron underneath the door. So now there's a hot pool of iron in your way that's about 5 feet wide. But you are able to reveal what is beyond this.
I want to use this next on the fire.
Okay.
Iron.
So now you come up to the iron and you cast your Ray of Frost. And it takes a couple seconds because it's just molten iron. But eventually it does cool and solidifies and hardens on the floor. So now it's a nice iron tile.
Can I...
Wizards.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, decoration.
Can I collect any of it or no?
How would you go about collecting it?
Let's
Based
see.
on what you say, I will allow it or not.
Okay.
Because looking at your items, you don't have any like pickaxe or
No.
anything like that to
No.
do anything.
So
I would.
that'll work.
Yeah, definitely not.
Shock and grasp would just shock me. Magic missile might break it up. So try that.
I'll go ahead and tell you that it will not work. So I wouldn't
Okay.
cast one of your first level spells to try.
Okay.
The best I can do is if you want to try and concentrate your firebolt onto a small portion of it, but then how are you going to handle molten iron?
Yeah, I'm not. So.
Yeah, so
Let it go. Just let it go.
okay. Can Mage Hand touch burning things?
I mean, I guess technically I could burn it, and then I could pick it up and then freeze it again.
And can attack, activate magical items, or carry. Yeah, so what I'll allow you to do is you can firebolt a portion of the iron tile.
Mm-hmm.
As it's molten, you can use your Mage Hand to scoop up a little less than 10 pounds worth. I'll say 9.5 pounds of, and then you can Ray of Frost it and solidify it to where it's a 9.5 pound chunk of iron.
Cool.
You can just add that to your sheet, and
Not
then
ingot.
yeah, not an ingot, a chunk. Let's see. Is that your perception on the door?
Yep.
All right, so you go up to the door, and it is made of wood, which is lovely compared to that iron door you just had to face. You don't see any traps or anything, but it is locked up.
Okay, let's do some thieves' tools.
Before you roll, you're so used to these kinds of locks that you don't even have to roll for this one, and it'll just open up.
Oh, awesome.
So...
Yay.
More treasure.
Please. Oh, well, that's suspicious. There we go.
Alright, so as you open the door, you hear two gentlemen, and they're walking around talking to each other. Do we even need these vials anymore? Alanis is dead, and some crazy bitch just awoken. Said she's gonna destroy the world. I don't know, I just do what I'm told, but... Where's Norin? I haven't seen him since Alanis died. In all honesty, I think the cult's dead. I don't know what to do, but I definitely don't want to die here, so I'm getting out of here. As he says that, both cultists make for the exit, leaving the barrels of potions behind. Because their leader is probably gone.
I was completely prepared to, like, just shoot one of them in the head.
So... each barrel holds 3 potions. Jeff, your Arcana check, you're looking at it, and you can tell that these potions are the potions that Nishan had been making for them. So they're the crude transformation potions.
I want 2 of the 9.
I will take 2 as well.
There's 9 total?
There are 9 total.
2.
How many of us are there?
There are 6 of you.
6. I'll take 2.
And where's Fredrig? There he is. Also, as you guys are doing all that, you're putting stuff in, and then you're looking around the room, admiring the architecture and stuff. And in the southwest corner, so over here where my little ping is, you see what looks like a pool of water, and it sort of has the magical effects from the pool that you saw earlier, but different. It's a different hue. So instead of it being a bluish color, now it's more of a dark green.
Would Arcana or Perception work to see if we can find out?
Arcana.
If we can recognize what it might be.
All right, so Jeff, you look over the pool. How do you want to go? How would you investigate this? Tell me what you would do exactly.
Do we have a sample of that poison still?
I don't think any of you took a sample of the poison portion, just the magical water portion. And I think someone still has a little bit.
Yeah, I think I might still have the thing.
I just want to compare and contrast what I can see from either or.
All right. So you take out a vial and you pour, or you fill it up with this new greenish elixir. You look at both of them, sort of like in the light, and you can tell that the properties of this pool is completely different from the properties of the other pool. And you know that the properties of the other pool, the only thing you can conclude from it is that it can rid of cursed items of the curse.
Okay.
Other than that, you can't tell what this magical water would do unless you were to ingest it.
Can I just hold on to it for now?
Yeah, definitely.
The orc.
And I'll research it later.
Yeah. Okay.
Move to the orc.
Yeah.
Why give it to him?
Well, I mean, if you have more bottles, you can fill those up too. So, like, because right now, if Jeff only has a small bottle of it, if it were to have any sort of, like, I don't know, if it would have some sort of benefit, the only person that's going to get the benefit is Jeff or whoever drinks it. If it ends up being something that is not good for you, if it's not beneficial, then it'll only hurt one person. But if you have multiple vials, you can fill it up if you'd like. But right now, Jeff, you only have one vial of the potion.
That's okay for now. Can I... How long can Mage Hand last for? Probably not that long.
Pretty sure it lasts until you dispel it, actually, so...
Can I just grab some of that green liquid with my Mage Hand?
You can, but it's just going to slip out of the fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're trying to transport more, you could take those potions of transformation because you guys got like 15 of them. You can pour those out somewhere and fill that up.
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay,
I
so
have like a thing of infinite rope
yes.
if
And
you want to tap.
actually, so the barrels that you have in the room, they could hold probably 3 gallons worth of magical fluid without leaking, if you also want that.
I thought they were filled with the. Oh, they were filled with vials.
Yeah, they were filled with vials, but they're
Oh,
kegs.
okay.
They're also kegs that could be used for liquid.
I thought they were just straight up like vials and like liquid. Okay. How
So
much
yeah,
do they weigh?
they once you fill them up, they'll weigh 50 pounds.
And what's the carry limit?
For you, it is not that much.
Yeah.
But for Dravorkin, he'd be able to carry it no issues.
So, dude.
But does he want to? Is the real
Yeah,
question.
yeah, exactly. Does he want to do it?
Look, man. Like, okay, so orcs, they don't try to grab everything in the world. They just grab what they need to grab. So if you need me to grab something for the mission, then Dravorkin will be more than happy to grab stuff. Like he likes things like the daggers with the boar's head on it. He likes sentimental items.
How about I pay you back later for this? I'm kind of curious about this water. I want to research it some more.
You also don't have to necessarily fill the barrel up all the way. If you
just
wanted,
like a third of it filled up.
okay, so about 15 pounds worth of fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Dravorkin takes one of these big ass barrels, opens it up, scoops in about a third of the barrel full, and then he pounds his fist on the lid to make sure it's nice and airtight. So, if you want, Tony, I'll just add that to your list. Barrel of green water. Magic water. I'll put magic water. And then Jeff, if you add an item to your sheet, vial of green magic water, that way you know you have it. Okay, cool. All right, so your encumbrance I think is like 150.
Dang.
But I'm not really like, so as you can see on your character sheet, not everything has a weight attached to it. The only time I'm actually going to like make it to where you're encumbered and move at half speed is if you're notably carrying way too much. Like if you ripped off that iron door, if you had made a good strength roll, and you wanted to carry that all the way around, you would end up walking around at 15 feet per turn instead of the normal 30. But you didn't do that, so we're good. Okay, so what's next?
I'm curious. It's probably just the closet or something, but still.
Yeah, it's a nice, simple, unlocked door.
Opening it.
All right, so you open up the door, and when you walk in, there is a statue there. The statue is of, let's see, there's a toppled statue that lies across the corridor, a shield in hand, and posed with an empty fist in the air as if the weapon has been misplaced.
Ooh, is it the... Okay,
Put the sword
I wanna... Wait, you have
to the
to,
thing.
you have to upright the thing first, don't you?
Yeah, the downed statue.
Yeah, so
Is it down?
like at the base of it is kind of cracked as if somebody like had bludgeoned it and broke the statue. And then after it broke, whatever it was holding in its hand got lodged out of its hand and fallen and then taken.
I mean, we can always just try to put the, if it's upright enough, just
Put
put
it
it
back
sword
together?
in the hand real fast and see what if anything happens.
Yeah.
All right, so you put the sword into the hand and it's a perfect fit. And you watch as the statue sits there, toppled over with a shield and a sword in its hand.
Damn it. I was hoping something special would happen.
Can we try to just pick
What
it
about
up
that
and
magic water?
I don't know what it does.
If it makes you less curious, this was the initial route you guys were supposed to go to, and that would have told you pretty much that a sword is missing, and you're looking for a sword. So this was one of the clues to figure out what the key was.
Oh,
Oh.
this is where we were supposed to go. Okay.
Oh.
never
Yeah.
mind. I'm
Rip.
out.
Let's take the sword back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Does someone have the sword now? Or
Yes.
okay.
I think
Can I have the sword?
if you want, yeah, you can take it. Anara, as you look over the door, it's just a nice wooden door, but it's stuck.
Again.
There's a lot of
since it's
stuck
just a wooden door. I'll try first. I'll try the. Is it a strength check?
It is.
Alright. Well.
All right, so you stand back and you sort of crack your fingers forward, and then you stretch a little bit, and you're like, all right, this isn't going to be like that portcullis, all right? And then you you brace yourself against the door, and with a 1, 2, 3, you're able to bust it down.
Oh, yay. I was honestly expecting to injure myself again. Wait, why are these guys dead? What?
Wait, are there people?
Yeah, there's people, but they're dead.
I see dead people.
Wow, okay,
I want to percept these people, find out how they died. Oh crap.
All right, so you're looking at the corpses, and you see no notable or no outside force that could have done this.
Okay.
As Jeffrey looks over the bodies, he feels necrotic energy.
What's this thing in the corner?
So this thing in the corner, you look at it, and it's a large magical mosaic. And if you want to do, we can use your same Arcana check, Jeff. So you look at it, and it sort of starts to swirl in the middle of the mirror and rapidly grow bigger. And as you look in it, you see an image of the room where you fought where you met Ngex. And then you start thinking of the room you were just in, and now you see that room. And then you think of the stairwell that you came down to get in here, and you see that room. And you gain from that this is a portal that'll take me to any room that I've been in this dungeon.
Ooh.
Look at these barrels.
Butter? Yeah, what's in these?
I would like to
potions.
behead all of these bodies so they don't come back.
Okie dokie.
Just in
Probably
case,
smart.
no zombies.
So yeah, you can chop off their heads. So go ahead and you chop off their heads. The barrels, you look in them, and it looks like empty vials are in all of them, 3 each. Some of them are cracked as if they were misplaced. So about half of all of them. So let's see, there's 4 barrels, which means there's 12. So 6 of the vials are in good condition, and the other 6 are cracked.
I'll take a vial.
I'm gonna take 2 of them, 2 vials, just in case.
So-
You never know.
Do we know what the vials are filled with?
Empty.
No,
Yeah,
empty.
they're all empty.
It's just for like later.
Just empty?
So
Mhm.
we keep running into water and stuff, so it's a good idea.
I would also like a vial.
All right.
As well.
I want to walk through the portal into the room that we just were in.
All right, and that happens. So you all are sitting here messing with the vials, and then all of a sudden you hear sort of like, whoosh, and then you look back and you see Adeline walk into the mirror, and then all of a sudden the mirror closes, and now it's just a regular mirror, and Adeline's no more. But
So Adeline used up our magic. You used up all the magic.
Cool.
not
By no more,
necessarily.
you mean in the other room, right?
Yeah, Adeline's not in that room anymore.
I used to investigate earlier on the dead bodies, see if I can like loot anything from them.
Yeah, and you felt like to see if they have items.
Some robes and some.
They each have a scimitar, and they've got a robe with a embroidered boar head on the back.
Every time.
I'll take a robe.
All right.
I'm back.
And a skimmy.
As you're taking off as you're derobing the cultist, Adeline walks through the door. Hey guys!
I think he.
Fascinating. Very interesting.
Thanks for using like the one portal that
Uh,
we never used.
So Jeff goes back to the portal, he looks at it, and he's imagining the room that y'all were just in, and it's shown into the mirror, and then he thinks of the boss room that you guys just fought met Ngex, and it shows that room.
Oh, nice. Still works.
So it still
I'm
works.
gonna walk through the portal again into the room that I just came from.
My God.
Alright.
Oh my god.
So same thing happens, it goes whoosh, and then it engulfs Adeline's body, and then he's not in that room anymore.
These doors here.
I just want to continue like exploring.
I want to do something.
I want to
I
keep
wish
looking
to
at
walk
rooms.
up to the mirror and think of the.
Okay, so that is a
Can't move.
so that's a regular wooden door, and as you jiggle the handle, you can hear the crumbling of the blocks on the other side, and as you open up the door, the whole hallway has been caved in. So you can no longer go that way.
Cool.
Check all these ones real fast.
And I think Martin wanted you to move his piece for him.
Where do you want to go, Martin? You want to go through the portal?
I want to try to think about the thing. I want to go to the portal and think about the town.
That's what I was gonna do.
So you both look and you think about the town, and it shows you the stairwell that you used to get into the crypt.
Ah, that's bullshit.
Son of a bitch. Dunked on.
So Anara, you look at that door, and it's a simple door.
It's open? Unlocked?
Yes, it is unlocked.
Cool. Shall unlock. Shall open this door then. I just want to see if I can find more stuff. Oh look.
I look at this
Yay.
portal thing. I do an arcana check.
Okay. So when
One
you
of the
go up
bodies is
to
naked
it,
and dead, right?
yes, and decapitated.
I would like to announce I'm now.
You what?
Can't hear you.
Alright, so your Arcana
where?
check there, Jeff. You look and you see a stone throne that sits in the south side of the room. Someone had scrawled an arrow pointing down to the south wall. And as you're looking at it, you touch around and all of a sudden the room starts to get pretty cold.
Oh no! Did he set off a trap? Oh no!
There are only 2 of you in the room as it happens, so only 2 monsters spawn. But the other guys are still in the other room, so they don't see this all happening right now. So you 2 are the only ones that roll initiative.
Cool.
Who's actually in the room?
The only 2 people in the room are Jeff and Anara.
Wow, good job, guys.
I know, right?
Fight, 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 fight.
And how far away is this room?
From you guys, it's only a couple feet, but since nothing's happened yet, you don't really hear anything, and they're not rude, so they close the door behind them.
Oh well.
So as they're summoned, they come in, and in a ghostly wail, they say, "The Queen has returned."
Why would you take this right turn?
So, Anara, you're first.
Okay, so since I have that bonus
Hey, go open the door.
thing, I'm gonna use that and disengage so that I'm not like stuck with him.
Alright.
Open the door.
And wait, oh fine.
Yeah, you could
Wait,
go and
no,
open...
You guys can open.
Well, yeah, but they don't know that this stuff is going on. They're just chilling.
We should leave, guys.
Alright, yeah, then I guess I'm using my bonus action to disengage and open the door.
Alright, so you open the door and...
Get in here.
Yeah, guys, come help, please, now.
Alright.
Drop the dead body.
Now, everybody else will roll initiative now.
Let's see if the DM rolling initiative for me makes any difference.
It actually helps.
It did. You got a 20.
Jesus, yes.
So, alright, Adeline. Hi, pup. Up.
Can I picture the room I see behind her and walk through the portal?
You haven't been there yet, so you don't know what it looks like.
But I can see.
You can't see because Anara is blocking the doorway with her fat body. I'm just kidding.
That's okay. I have.
I'm a rogue tiefling. Yeah, sure. Totally that.
Wait, how far can I go?
You can walk 30 feet.
And if you dash, well, no, dash will take up your stuff.
Question.
Yes.
What are the things that we're fighting?
Ready.
They're shadows.
Those things that would always go in and out of existence.
What is your trigger, Bill?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Okay.
If he gets close to the door, I'm gonna run up because that'll be in my range and attack.
Okie dokie. Next is for Drake, so I'll control him. And he
I
walks.
use vicious mockery.
He'll walk right here. And then he'll use Vicious Mockery on the closest one.
I tell it that its mother is so fat he can't exist on the same plane of existence as her for too long.
Interesting. So as you say that, the shadow looks at you, and if it could shed tears, it would be. And then it sort of winces in pain.
Oh my god.
Next is Dravorkin.
So, she told us that they're fighting in there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I will attack.
Yay.
All right, so you'll hit it. But as you swing your sword, it fades out of existence for half of the attack, and then the rest of it comes back.
Alright.
You're good, Bill. Alright, next is Nishan.
I
My bad.
technically already did mine.
Yeah. Sean will walk in, and he is going to cast... What spells does this motherfucker know? He is going to cast...
Fireball.
Yeah, he'll cast Firebolt.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he'll miss, so...
Aww.
Yeah.
Does it have advantage?
No.
Or not? Yeah.
And then next is Jiv.
I'll move right here, and I'm going to use...
Oh, hey, the light screen. Sweet.
Actually, I'm gonna stay right. Yeah, I'm gonna move here to here and use Thunder Wave.
Thunderwave, alright.
My Thunder Wave is better.
Probably right now.
Okay.
What happened? What did he roll?
Well, it's a save, so it's up to the shadows to roll, and they botched their save. So, you cast your Thunder Wave, and as the thunder is quickly dissipating from your body to these things, they fade out of existence and fade back in for half of the attack. Thunder Wave is one of your level 1 spells, right?
Yep.
Alright.
So,
Yeah, just make sure you add or take away one of your slots.
Yep.
Alright, next is the Shadow. So this Shadow is looking at Jeff, and he's going to reach out his hand and attack you.
Oh.
But he will miss, so I don't know how it happens, but he reaches out his hands, and as he is reaching towards you, it looks as if he's about to entrench his hands into your shoulders, and you duck, and then he misses. This next shadow is going to attack Dravorkin, but he's going to hit. So he reaches out and grabs Dravorkin by the shoulders, And as he does that, he says, "Feed," and sucks 10 damage away from Javorkin.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
That was quite a lot.
I'm sure glad that
yeah.
wasn't fucking me.
As he does that, Javorkin, you feel really cold.
Okay. Brr.
Yeah. Alright, next is initiatives.
Yay. Oh, not bad.
So for Bill, he walked up into the doorway for his last turn since they didn't move to where he could attack. So first is going to be Jeff.
So, Martin, you're last.
Yeah, this time I rolled a 10 for you.
It's my computer.
Oh no, I meant to
Tired
do
of
did you do Firebolt?
You want to do Firebolt? Okay.
Yeah, on
That'll-
the one over here.
The one furthest from you?
Yeah, this one.
Alright, so you cast a Firebolt, and as it starts to hit where the shadow is, it fades out of existence for half of the attack and fades back in. Next is the shadow. So this shadow is going to float towards Jeff, and he's going to reach out his arms and attempt to attack you again. This time he does, and he hits you, draining 6 of your life away.
Ugh.
Alright, did the damage for you.
Okay.
This shadow will attack Dravorkin again, and this time he misses. So, as he reaches out his arms, Dravorkin just ducks, and the shadow doesn't react fast enough before he misses. Dravorkin, your turn.
I will attack homeboy.
Oh, damn, 17? Alright, that'll kill it. So you can paint me a picture of how you do it, and I'll tell you what happens to him.
Okay, so as I swing, it does that visibility thing, and then it reappears as my axe is in him, and then it just like it sticks that time, and then I just slice it out.
Alright. As you do that, he explodes into that black glitter looking stuff before it fades out of existence for eternity. Next is Adeline, who will walk up to this gentleman over here. And he will attack with his glaive, which will hit. But as you all know, it fades out of existence for half the attack and comes back in. Nara?
So, I'm gonna move over here, and then I still have the magic water crossbow things
Yes.
that I dipped into, so I'm gonna use those to shoot my crossbow.
Okay, so you shoot it, and it takes the whole brunt of the crossbow bolt, but it's not enough to take it down.
Yeah, I figured.
Alright, yeah, you rolled a 1 on that. So Nashan is looking at this dude, and he is going to cast the firebolt again. This time hitting it and killing it. So his firebolt, as it fades back into existence with the firebolt inside of its body, the firebolt explodes and disintegrates the rest of the dark matter that is the shadow. Solid. Alright.
A little worried
So-
there for a second.
There's only, I think there's only one room left that you guys have to look at.
It's this
Nice.
probably one over here.
This one over here, this long one.
Probably this one. All this shaded
No.
stuff. You can somewhat.
Well, no, that one was caved
That one
in,
was-
so
Oh,
you'll.
that's the caved in room. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, this one over here, so perception. Are you just gonna destroy it or something? Oh crap.
So you look over the door and you can see that it's a nice simple wooden door. But it is locked.
Cool. Hopefully, it's actually a nice wooden door. Oh
So-
my god, I'm so glad I have proficiency in these tools.
Yeah, you take out your thieves' tools, and when you insert it into the lock, you hear something click, and then a little nozzle pops out of the keyhole and sprays you in the face with acid.
Jesus.
Awesome.
So you take
Don't I have like a
1d10 of damage, which is 8 damage.
okay? Don't I have a thing where I'm like resistant to? I don't get as much damage from traps.
I don't. Oh wait, yeah. Hold on, that's your. Wait, where's your sheet? You are correct, though. I believe it should be your
Yeah, I have
dungeon
advantage
delver.
on saving throws to avoid or resist traps, and then I also have resistance to damage dealt by traps. It's
Yeah.
dungeon delver.
Yep. So, yeah. But your perception, you didn't see it, even with your advantage. So, and there's no wisdom. Oh wait, actually, yeah. So roll a Constitution save,
Cool.
and you have
Got
advantage on it.
On my paper.
I can roll it for you.
Yeah, please.
All right. Hey, there you go. So, as the acid hits you, you sort of blink, and it doesn't get in your eyes, which is neat, but it kind of stings. So you only take 4 damage instead of the full 8.
Really glad I have that dungeon delver.
As you do that, the rest of your lockpicking ends up being simple and easy, straight to the point, and it unlocks the door.
Okay. Oh wait, oops! I just put the whole full 8 on this thing. Okay, I'm gonna open the door then.
Okay, so as you walk in, there are... Hold on, let's see, what does this say? So you walk into the door, and on the western wall, so as you walk in, you sort of look to your left, and you see on the wall, written in common, it says, "The Scarlet Boar has looted this place." And then you can hear the sound of footsteps near the north wall. But you don't see anything.
Like up here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a perception check, see if there's like a hidden...
So Jeff, as you walk close up there, you can feel necrotic energies coming from a little more right to where you are. Anara, as you're looking around up there, you see, sort of like you did in that first room after the boss room, is you see a tile that's kind of slanted to the side, as if it's been moved. So as you dig around it, you notice the tile comes loose, and you find a treasure chest.
Awesome. Let's percept this chest. Oh my god.
As you're looking over the chest, it doesn't seem to be booby-trapped, and it is unlocked.
Okay, I'm gonna open up the chest.
Alright. So, let's see. This is what's in there. And let me get my book out real quick. I'll tell you exactly what. So you find 80 gold. You find a iron diadem. I think it's like, I think it's like a statue, isn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it's like a
I'm
statue.
definitely gonna try to use sleight of hand to grab something though.
But then you find
Jesus stuff. Oh no, I didn't make it. Cool. Anyway.
there's feathered bracers, so they don't have any special armored value, but they look cool.
It's
Silver,
an advanced
yeah.
or a jeweled crown.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So there's an iron crown. Then there's also silver cloth gloves, so they're pretty shiny. Think of Michael Jackson's glove that he's got. It pretty much looks like that. And then there is a instrument of the bards.
This is definitely mine.
Let me just read up exactly what it does. So the instrument of the bards. You can take it. You won't be able to use it until you attune with it, though, which requires a long rest where you're playing with it and stuff. But I will I will pick out what exactly it does for you after this session.
I will take the gloves. I would also have taken the bracers, but since I failed that sleight of hand, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, your sleight of hand didn't work. So since you get the gloves and he gets the instrument, the iron
So
thing.
what is a Foklu-chan Bandore?
I think it is.
Let's Google this.
It's a loot.
Yeah.
So I have 2 loots?
Yeah.
You have a better loot.
Now this loot actually gives you spells though.
Yeah, this one is.
So
But the other one is signed by Jimi Hendrixon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
So this one you can use an action to play the instrument and cast one of its spells. Once the instrument has been used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast a spell until the next dawn. It use your spellcasting ability and your spell save DC. So what happens?
Invisibility, levitate, protection.
It has. So you can cast Entangle, Fairy Fire, Shalal, and Speak with Animals with this instrument, but only after you attune with it. Which I'll tell you how attunement works, but we got to do a long rest in order for it to work, so it's not going to be for a
I
while.
can do one of those spells once I'm able to do so.
Yeah, so you can only cast one of those 4 spells from it before you have to complete a long rest. Or before, the next dawn. So if you cast it at midnight, when it becomes dawn at about like 5 o'clock, you'll be able to cast it again.
Get metagamed.
So, after that, is there anything else you guys want to do in this dungeon? Because you have looked at everything.
Wait, did everyone take something?
I was gonna try to take the iron diadem.
Yeah, Nishan is not interested in any of these trinkets.
Yeah, I just want.
Okay, then I'm gonna take those bracers. Then I'm gonna take the bracers also, since I am a archer anyway, for the most part. Feathered bracers.
Okay. And I'm guessing this door disconnects right here.
Yeah, probably, but
Yeah. So that door is unlocked and
do you wanna
open.
go back?
Boom.
The only thing I want to do
Alright, let's
is
go back.
I want to see if I can take anything from these 2 things.
Like if there's
the mirror
any,
thing,
yeah.
see if you can use the portal.
How would you go about doing that? Are you going to like just look and see if there's something loose about it?
Yeah, I was
Or
gonna see if it loose and then Arcana check and Magic Hand and pull it off.
yeah, so you can tell the properties of that magic mirror are somewhat unknown to you. You know exactly what it does, but its magical purpose is set in this crypt and cannot be duplicated. There are no pieces of the mirror that seem to be takeable in its current state.
Okay, and the other thing?
The other thing is just a big hunk of stone that seems to be cursed.
Okay, I'm done.
Cool. Let's head out.
Okay.
How much
Alright,
gold
guys.
is it per person?
The last one had 80 gold, and y'all didn't split it yet, so...
Oh, I thought just one person took all the gold.
Did
That would
they?
have been you if someone did that.
Yeah.
True.
So how much gold did we get total?
I think it's like 13 per person, ish. So 13 times 6.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 left over.
Okay, so...
My third.
So you guys exit the crypt, and as you exit the crypt, you notice that whatever ship the cultists had sailed on is gone now. You notice that there seems to be more dead cultists lying around, but their flesh is there, but their bones are not. The flesh are intact, and you can't see anything that looks as if they were taken through the skin, because the skin is all in the same, like, leathery kind of fashion that it would have been in.
That's someone want to do that Arcana check?
I guess what we can do is put you guys on the island. So yeah, the cultists that you guys had killed before, they have the same scars, and then there's more cultist bodies in a great number down and near the dock. But each of the bodies all have the same sort of effect. Their flesh, their organs, their blood, all of it is in like just a heap, but their bones are all missing. Jeffrey, as you walk over towards one of them, you can tell that whatever did this, it was evil and it was using necromancy.
I ain't here. I don't see my character.
Oh yeah, because you weren't here. Oh, and Alma's also not here. Let me get you and Nishan out there. Oh.
It's probably that lich lady who did this that she exited. So...
Yeah, from your Arcana check, you definitely feel that this has something to do with the Ngex person that you met. But since you don't know what she is, what she's capable of, this is only a hunch.
I say we just get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Luckily, your boat is still at the harbor.
Wow. Okay.
Thankfully.
Anara, roll a
Never
perception
try.
check.
I gotta switch my thing over.
Only Onara?
Only Anara.
It's because I have the thing where if there's a trap, I get notified.
Yeah, so as you walk over towards the boat, you see a pile of dog shit on the dock.
Okay,
Is it
well,
on
I'm gonna
fire?
step over that casually so
Okay.
I don't end up on.
Okay, so
I'm not even gonna.
The dog
I'm
shit?
not gonna tell anybody
You
else
don't,
that it's
no.
there.
oh, in that
Yeah.
case,
Aw.
everybody roll a dexterity saving throw, except for Anara.
Please, please, please.
Gonna be that asshole.
12? Is that okay?
Smell that too.
So where's his saving throw? Hold on, it's hard playing. Oh, cool. All right, so everybody walks by, and Ashan is kind of just he's not really sure what the heck is going on, so he's not paying attention. And as he walks over, his leather boot steps into the big old pile of dog shit. And he looks at it and he's like, ew. So he goes down to the dock, takes off his boot, and wipes it off a little bit. As he's wiping it off, a merfolk grabs his boot and takes it underwater, and now he's got one boot.
That's
Yeah. As the merfolk goes up to grab, you can hear, and then it swims off in, we'll say, this direction. And dives deeper. So,
accurate.
alright, so, as you guys all get fit in the boat, it looks like there's going to be a favorable wind in order to get back to the mainland, cutting your time by 1 hour. So now it'll only be 3 hours of sailing time.
Do we
And-
rest on this boat ride?
It's not long enough for a rest.
Okay.
So, you get back to the harbor, and then it's an extra... Oh, Alma's not there. Alma's not really Alma right now.
There too.
You do all heal up. Roll one of your hit dice each, and you'll heal up that much.
Nailed it.
There you
How do
go. So if you just click the word hit dice, it'll roll your hit
There it
dice.
is.
So you heal that much from your whole journey.
2, 4.
Oh, that worked out. That was all I needed.
Okay.
And then I'll let everyone input it themselves. That way I don't accidentally do it twice
Look at
for
this
somebody.
guy getting 13.
I know, right?
Alright.
What are we rolling right now?
Roll your hit die.
I hit die.
Yeah. So you'll click on the hit dice. I clicked it for you. And that's how much you healed on the whole journey. So just by being sort of like chilled but not resting.
Okay.
Yeah. So you make it back to the fortress, and when you walk into the gates, Dvorkin, your seed in your pocket starts to rattle, and you can hear the remnants of Crowley's voice. Remember, go to the library, even though I know you can't read.
Hey guys, just remember, Crowley told me that we could go to the library.
I just remembered.
Hmm.
Alright, I guess we're going to the library.
All in agreement?
Sure.
Yeah.
I aggressively go to the library. Okay, wow,
Aggressively.
people.
Oh, there's an actual
It's Vivi!
what?
Black mage.
It's a bunch
That
of
aren't gonna
Vivis!
kill us?
Oh no. We'll see.
You won't kill us,
Oh
right?
my god, they're everywhere.
Debatable.
Let's go talk to these people.
We
All
probably
right.
should have had a rest.
You know what?
Let's
before
walk
this,
outside.
I'm gonna...
Let's all leave real fast.
Okay.
Well, you walk into the library, and you can see that the head librarian can't click what your token.
Yeah.
Is it this guy? Is this the head librarian?
Oh,
Yeah, Odrix.
I see. Now I got it's kind of working now. I don't know what's happening.
So you see a gentleman behind a counter, and he's talking to two other people. One you know for a fact is Sylvia, and the other is a gentleman that you've not met, but just judging by his stature, you can guess that is Sysiege the Crimson.
Sylvia is really pretty. Wow.
So at the moment I have my mask and on, and also my tail is hidden.
Okay.
Why? Oh, because
Just in case.
people don't like
People
tieflings,
don't
that's
like-
right.
Yeah.
Alright, I walk up in all my dragonborn splendor. I say hi.
Oh, that's loud as fuck. Hold on. That's loud as fuck. My bad. Alright, so you walk up and say hello. Sylvia looks over at you and sort of nods her head and looks back at Odrix. So as you're trying to talk to them, they're in the middle of a conversation, and you can hear the conversation between Sysiege and Odrix. So Odrix... Sir, I do not think that we need to get rid of the library. Sure, there's not been a patron here in 5 years, but it's still a good source of information for young ones. We could teach so much if you would just let me try to do something different. And then Sysiege looks at him and goes, I don't think that's going to happen. We need this place for trading. There's a war going on out there between the goblins and the kobolds, and we can't just sit around here right now and wait for somebody to want to read a book. I need more men ready. And then Sylvia looks over at you for Drake, and she goes, this isn't really the best time.
Well, I'm actually.
I ignore Sylvia, and I ask Odric what his new thing that he wants to try is.
Oh, it's very, very neat. Oh, let me show you. And as he pulls out a scroll from his pocket, Sysiege the Crimson slams his hands on the table. We're having a conversation here, pal, and I suggest that you leave now before I summon the guards.
Sir, I think it's in everyone's best interest that the library stays intact. You see, we just got back from a certain place that was housing a certain powerful underworld being. And
Before you say anything else, if you say anything about necromancy, I will throw you in the cellar right now. Necromancy is banished from this hall, from this fortress. It is not allowed to be talked about. It is not allowed to be practiced. Now, what was it you were wanting to tell me?
No. I wasn't gonna say anything about any necromancy now. I was just saying that some evil kind of person just came from a vaguely crypt-looking area of imports.
I don't have time for this right now. Odrix, you better pack up all the stuff you need and get out of here by next week. Or I'll have the guards torch this whole place and we'll just rebuild from the ground up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you, little dragonborn, talk about necromancy one more time, and I will see you do a lifetime in jail. And then he walks away.
What a dick.
So as he walks away, Sylvia turns to you and says, I'm terribly sorry. He's got a lot of pressure. Since you've been gone for the past couple days, the goblins in the north and the kobolds to the southwest have somehow came to a disagreement and are now fighting each other. We're kind of caught in the crossfire since we are in between both of their settlements, so we're just trying to make sure that we can take up arms and not get dragged into this war because, honestly, we don't have the manpower for it.
Sylvia, why was Siege so hell-bent on, forbidding certain conversation topics?
Well, necromancy, as you may have heard, is not allowed, obviously, and for very good reason. The ancient ones used necromancy in such a way that it created some horrible being that I don't think we even have a book on in here, but anyway, the gods had to intervene in order to take them out, and I haven't heard about the gods in so long. I don't even know if they exist still.
Weird question. How old is Siege?
Siege is about 365.
What?
He is an elf, didn't you know?
Okay.
Unfortunately, he doesn't look it because a group of humans captured him when he was young and clipped the tips of his ears. And that's also why he has the scarring on his face. He was forced to fight, and that is why he acts as he does.
Damn it. I don't...
Anyway, I do need to get back to him. We have much to discuss, and a lot of plans need to be arranged. So, enjoy the library while it is still open. And Sylvia leaves.
What
Is
is
it Odrix or Odric?
What are these things?
Odrix. They're just little helpers, so they clean the library. They put useless shit in these big ol' heaps, and they organize the books. They do not.
Do you want to take a helper?
Oh, no. If you take one of those out of the library, it will disintegrate on the spot. They are very, 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 very delicate. I made them myself.
So anyway, Odrix, about this plan you had.
Oh, yes! And he continues to take the scroll out and he opens it up. I call it Fun and Learn. I don't think that's a really good title, but it's all I have right now. I'm not very creative, you know, but I want to have some sort of reward system for little children that come through here as they read books. I'm thinking candy, and I can dispense it from my van. Also, we don't have vans. Yeah, that was a joke, but
Your
yeah.
carriage? Your wagon?
Wow.
Oh, yes, my carriage. So, Dravorkin, as you approach the little helper, he is sorting books, and he looks over at you, and you can see no expression because all you see under the hat is black with white eyes. Or yellow eyes. Look back at you.
I want to look through this pile and these barrels.
I want to talk to the librarian.
Alright, so first, Anara, I don't think this counts as a dungeon. What's your... I'm just checking to make sure that I don't... Your dungeon delver is...
Is it only dungeons?
Yeah, dungeons. So this is a library. So, as you're looking through all that rubble, you end up pulling out a chest.
A chest? Ooh. Okay, so...
And it is unlocked.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So, as you open it, there are 6 stones in it. They look like regular pebbles. You don't understand why there would be pebbles inside of a chest. And there's also 3 potions of healing.
Well, I'm definitely taking all those potions because nobody else was there when I got. Oh, really?
Okay.
I mean,
Do
I wanna take all those.
a stealth check for me.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Get dunked on.
Shut
Oh,
up.
Okay. Yeah, so you're quiet enough to be able to sort of like move the stuff and then open the chest and make it just seem like you're still moving stuff while you take those potions and put them in your bag.
Okay, I also want to percept the stones, see if there's anything special about them.
So you look at them and they have small little runes etched on the side, but other than that, you have no idea what they are.
Okay, I'm gonna take all those stones and put them in my bag, and I'll ask about them later.
All right. Yeah, just put that there are 6 tiny stones.
Okay.
All right, Jeffrey, you wanted to talk to Odrix?
Yeah, 2 questions. Does
All
he
right.
have any information on Ngex or?
Oh, do not speak that name, please. Oh, shh, quiet, quiet.
Oh, sorry. The person who must not be named. Do you have any history about?
Oh, do not talk about Voldemort either. That is bad. That is bad for business. I do have a section of Harry Potter, though, if you follow me.
No.
I'm also
I mean-
kidding. All right, so you say, you ask him if he has any information on the Ngex, and he says, I only know the tales, but I know that I've brought up the name in front of Siege before, and I almost got hung for it. So, I don't know what it means. I was just asking questions, and I guess that's the wrong one. So,
where did you learn of this name, Odrix?
so inside of the fortress where Siege lives, his lineage tells of his family history and Ngex being part of it somehow.
Uh.
But it was thousands of years ago, so I guess it's just a really, really like unfavorable great aunt. Yeah.
Okay. Another question. Do you
Yes.
have any books on magic that could expand my knowledge?
Magic, you say? Go ahead and follow me. We'll go and see what magic I have. I know card trick magic.
Arcane.
Arcane? What does that mean?
Like,
Let me go get the dictionary and see what you're
Oh,
trying
God.
to say.
Oh, god damn it.
So he comes over here and you follow him. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check, Jeffrey. Oh wow, that's exactly what you needed.
Nice.
So you do an Arcana check as he pulls out his book on magic, and he looks it or he flips it open, and he shows you. See, look, this one. You take a card that the person has picked, you shuffle it, and then you draw that card on top. But there's no statistical data that says how it works. But yeah, you can rent this book. It's just due next week because I guess that's when this place goes up in flames.
Okay,
I mean, if
I'll
it goes
take
up
it.
in flames, might as well keep it.
Yeah. So.
I'll rent it. Air quotes.
So as you take the book, you look through it and you actually see that there are magical runes placed throughout the pages. They're in no particular order, but go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Oh dear.
Here's the dice roller right there.
Come on.
A 3. All right.
Hold on. Oh, wait.
No, it's just a regular d20, my man.
No. There's something else I have. My feet I just picked up.
Do you have lucky? Do you have fucking lucky? Oh
Yeah, I
my
got lucky.
god.
Oh, you got lucky?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, in that case, you can spend 1 luck. Yeah, roll the d20 again if you want to use one of your luck points.
Yep.
15. All right. So as you're looking at the runes, you can't quite tell what it is. You'll need to familiarize yourself with this book over a long rest, but it will grant you an additional first level spell of your choice from the wizard table.
Neat.
Nice.
Okay.
So just
I will,
add that as a first level spell book or first level wizard spell book to your item list. And then let me do Let me have Nishan do the same thing, because I was going to have both of you kind of do the same thing. He won't be able to get one, though.
Cool.
His Arcana is
I
not
wanna-
as good. You want to?
I want to percept this, whatever this is.
Ah. So you look at it, and you see a statue of a wizard. He's holding a spellbook close to his chest, and he's holding out his other hand as if he's should have an object there, but it's missing. You look across the way, and you see the exact same statue, except for in this statue, his hand that would hold the spellbook is not holding anything, and his outstretched arm is holding a wand.
Ooh. So I'm gonna try to take the spell book from him.
It is made of stone and attached to. It's like part of the statue.
You probably need a wand and a spellbook.
Yeah, I wanted to try to see if I could like take, put
As
the
you
wand-
touch, as you try to touch the statue, the helper comes up to you and he sort of flings you back a little bit.
Oh, rude.
Fragile? Did he say these were fragile?
And then he comes back over to the statue and he pulls out a cloth and washes where you had touched it.
Wow.
Well then, I was wearing gloves. God. Well, I think I'll just, I'll leave that alone for now. That sounds like something for the magic people.
As you walk over there, Anara, the stained glass window catches your eye, and you can see the exact same statue in both windows, and it is holding a spellbook and a wand.
Oh. I want to percept that and see if there's anything special about that crap.
The only thing that you can really put together is that the statues and the stained glass windows should be exactly the same.
How can I mess with the stained glass windows?
Like how?
Like to make them look like the statues?
I mean, you'd have to break the glass.
Which
Let's
which
not
one of
get
these
myself in
statues
trouble.
is missing the spellbook?
The one that's missing the spellbook is this one, and the one that's missing something from its hand is the one that the helper threw an arrow away from.
Can I put my spellbook in his hand?
Yeah.
Does the spellbook have a name on the other one?
So, Jeff, you place your spellbook into the hand of the statue over here to the left, and it fits like a glove.
Does
I go
anybody
over
have
here,
a wand?
I look at the statue from across the way. I'm like, oh hey, look, that doesn't have a wand. Blah 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 blah. I go back over here. Hey, Odrix.
Oh yes.
So I noticed that the statue over across on the other side of the library doesn't have a wand.
A wand?
It looks like it's supposed.
Is that something that summons rabbits by chance? You like
Odrix,
rabbits,
did
don't
get
you?
bumped on your head as a child or something? I mean.
No, this is the only magic that I know. You do like rabbits, don't you?
Do you have any stone
I
sticks?
hate rabbits.
I take my book back from the statue.
Okay.
Crap. I wanted to rummage through the pile and see if I could find a wand somewhere.
So you look through that pile and you find a pair of soiled socks.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave those there.
The helper runs over to you and takes the socks, and then he runs this way.
Okay, cool.
Oh, he grew.
Let's check out this one. Let's check out this pile. I'm just gonna see if I can find a wand somewhere.
I'm checking out this pile over here.
As you look through that pile, Anara, you find another chest. It is unlocked.
Awesome, opening it.
Okay, and as you open it, you see 2 more potions of healing, and you see 2 pearls that are worth 100 gold each, as well as 250 gold.
Kind of taking all of that.
As you reach your hand in, the helper runs over and takes the chest,
No!
and he starts to walk with it, and he continues to walk with it. You try, but he has made it all the way over here. And By the time you get to where he's at, he has thrown the chest inside of this door, and he has closed it and locked it. And now he stands right here.
So, can I stealthily get past him? See if that.
The bookshelves reach all the way to the ceiling, so the only way past him is through where he's at. They're very tall bookshelves.
Can I throw one of those stones that I had to distract him, like make him like?
Hey,
go
Unara,
over
what are you
here
doing?
Somewhere. Shh, I'm busy.
Busy doing what?
So can I throw one of these stones and throw them over here?
Well, hold on.
If
So
he
Bill
goes
asks about
ladder.
stone sticks. Well, there are trees outside, and that's about it. But, oh yes, kobolds. Let me show you what I have on kobolds. And he goes to the south side of the, library. And then you wanted to throw one of the stones to distract him?
Yes.
Okay. So you throw it, and where does it land? Ping it?
Like right here, still within his sight.
So you throw it, and this one catches wind of it, and he goes over and picks it up. And then he saw that you had thrown it, or saw where it came from, and comes to investigate, and he hands it back to you.
Well then. Do I know whether or not these guys like anything specifically?
You can roll for it, but what you know so far is that they help maintain the library, and that Odrix himself made these guys.
So has my character figured out what Unara exactly is doing?
No, she told you to be quiet. Bill, go ahead and roll 1d4 for me. Alright, so Odrix picks out 3 books on the shelf and puts them in your hand. Ah, these are good. So one of them is all about what a kobold loves to eat. It's got recipes for every occasion. Lunch, breakfast, second breakfast, dinner, snacks, and midnight snacks as well.
They're like hobbits.
Oh, yes. The second book is all about how they mate, so that one's a little rated R, so keep it away from the children if you would. And the third one is basic anatomy of the kobolds. It tells you what they like, what they don't like, how to hurt them, stuff like that.
I'll take just the third one if you don't mind.
Oh, are you sure you don't want kobold erotica?
I might take that.
Oh, it's a good read, let me tell you.
Hey,
I'll take 2 of them. Leave the food.
Okay. I don't think anyone likes rat stew these days anymore, so he puts the kobold cooking up onto the shelf. Is there anything else that would interest you?
No, thank you.
so I have something I want to do.
Go for it.
Okay.
So as I notice that the the helpers like to clean things, I'm gonna test out my new cantrip.
Alright. What's your new cantrip? I'm scared.
Digitation.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's good.
What does that do?
A lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But more importantly, one of the things that I can do is instantly clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. So I'm gonna walk around and find something that's small enough for me to dirty. I'm just gonna roll perception and have you tell me.
Okay.
All I want is something that's just smaller than fucking cubic feet. Where is perception?
I think my dog's trying to get in the door.
Please be larger than fucking 1.
1 cubic foot. So you're looking around and you notice that all the helpers' hats are pretty small. Hi, puppy.
I'm gonna walk up to this. I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation.
The one that's closest to you?
Yes.
Alright.
Just to see what happens. I'd soil its hat. It's extremely dirty now. Instantly.
So as you do that, all the helpers sort of gather around. to see what has just happened, and this one runs around in a fit. Runs around in a fit.
Oh my
So
god.
the rest of
yes.
them are all running towards to see what's going on, and they're making no noise, but they're waving their arms frantically in a panic.
Alright. I clean it. I clean it. I
You
clean it.
Wait.
All right.
My prestidigitation to
Okay,
clean it,
well,
please.
while
No, I
that's
can't take this.
While that's happening, I'm percepting and stealthing.
So you clean it, and they all notice that you waved your finger. So now they're kind of just gathered around you as if they're in awe.
I take. Oh,
Your perception check, that is a door. It's locked, and it's a special key that to Odrix's private study. And you stealthily get over there. Your thieves' tools, you are not able to unlock it the first time.
Brady.
Yes.
I'm gonna make another attempt.
I used something a long time ago investigation over
God
here
damn it.
to see if there's any
I'm
items.
gonna.
You found soiled socks.
I'll pick them up.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna take out my loot of Jimi Hendrix's signing,
Oh.
I'm just
and
gonna
I'm gonna play
continually-
a song of cleaning. A song about cleaning.
Maybe.
Alright, you're finally able to pick the door open.
Awesome.
For
And-
the
I want to get-
to perform
want the
for
chest.
the VVs.
Yeah. Ooh, 2 chests.
Let me put that right there so it's a little more uniform.
My perception.
So you're playing the song of Jimi Hendrixon. Which song are you playing? Do you have a name
No,
for it?
I'm just playing some song that's like about cleaning that I'm going to say that Friedrich makes up.
Okay.
Since they're all gathered around him, and this is kind of awkward.
So as you do that, each of them magically summons a mop and broom and starts to go wild on the floor, making it
Oh,
squeaky
God.
clean. They love your
Opening
song.
these up.
One of them stays back, and he holds out his broom to you, asking for an autograph. The Anara, this chest is the one that the helper took, so it's already unlocked, and it contains those same items.
Okay, which was I already forgotten. I know there was like 2
That right there.
gold in it.
Yeah. The other chest is locked with magic, so you can't do it.
Shit.
So you
Oh, well, that
snap.
worked out.
So Martin snaps his finger, and a magical hand comes out, and all of the helpers run back to you.
I swear to fuck.
So they all run back, watching as your mage hand takes out a pen and signs this little helper's mop.
Found it.
What'd you find?
The-
Oh. Either I'm lagging or you're lagging.
I didn't hear him either.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're talking to us, Bill, I would type it out because you keep breaking up. Oh! What is that from?
It's the Mickey Mouse magic with
Yeah.
all the mops.
Perfect.
Alright. That's great. I love that.
Anyway,
Anyway, so yeah, you're playing a song. If you could turn that down. It's loud. Alright, so Jeffrey. Oh, Dravorkin, how are you? You're dancing? So, Dravorkin dances. The way he does it is he poses out of form, he gets on his tippy toes and starts to move around like a ballerina, do some spins. You notice 2 of them are really into this. And they come over to you, and they start doing the same thing. So now you're doing like a trio of ballerina dances for Drake's music of cleaning. Which at this point, all of them are holding out their brooms to you.
yes.
Jeffrey, roll Arcana for me. Alright, so you look at the chest that Anara has brought to your attention as being spell locked. And as you're looking at it, you wave your hand over and you mutter some words underneath your breath, and you hear an audible click. Roll a d4.
Anara, get out of the way.
Oh. That means it's probably booby trapped. Awesome.
Shit.
Well, it's already clicked, so roll the d4. You can't move.
I want to do the lucky thing again.
The luck thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it, or whenever you make a tech roll, ability check, or saving throw? Is it an ability check?
This isn't... Well, your ability check would be the Arcana. This is just a d4, because I've got a table of what you're going
It's
to
not
get.
one of those three, so
Yeah, so...
just
All right.
okay.
So as you open up the chest, you see a wand of detection laying inside of it.
Oh.
That's probably what we need to for the statue. I'll just
Yep.
pick that up.
Use it for the statue. Cool.
Um.
Alright, cool. That worked.
Okay.
I got
So-
what I wanted.
It's gonna
Okay.
summon a boss. I just know it.
So all of the brooms are
Okay.
the exact same, by the way, Martin.
Oh, okay.
But so far you've signed half of them.
Half
I'm
of them.
using a.
I signed the other half
Okay.
using Mage Hand.
Well, he does like his wand stuff. I'm just gonna.
What are you doing, Jeff?
Two things. Talk to him about, is there any history about Siege's family in here?
Oh, Siege keeps his family history secret, actually. Not really secret, but he doesn't like to talk about it. You know, he was kind of abandoned as a child and stuff like that, so, it's kind of a touchy subject for him. Plus his family was kind of, I don't know, ruined a while ago. I don't remember what happened, but I think it has to do with Ngex.
Okay. And how'd you make these little helpers?
Oh, the little helpers? Well, what I did is as a boy I liked to tinker around, so I used to make puppets and I used to do a puppet show, and the one that I loved, Miranda, she would love my puppets, but she never showed me any affection, just my puppets, so I said I didn't want any love anymore, and somehow some mage fellow came through and brought them all to life, and that is where they are. So I asked him if I could make more, and then he said yes, and then he did it for me. Now Miranda lives in the dirt, so she's dead.
Okay. I want to check these guys out, and then if I can learn anything from them.
So you look at them, and you can
Hold
feel...
on.
Oh,
I do the luck thing again.
okay.
Jesus.
Oh, wow. Alright, so you sense a few different types of magic being used here. You can feel the school of conjuration and the school of necromancy at work. But you're not... You've never seen two schools of magic combine to create something.
Okay.
So it kind of weirds you out, but it also fascinates you.
Okay. I want to use my hand of magic and carry that dirty sock above my head and make them
Okay.
follow me.
So two of them see
Can all of
you.
them too, or no?
Only two of them are needed to clean a sock.
No. Okay.
So only two of them notice the sock and come over.
So I go over to everybody else and say, hey, I want to put that wanted spellbook in and see what happens.
Cool.
Um,
So I presented this.
I
file.
continue
everyone-
playing.
So everyone just follow me just in case I have something. I fear something fishy is gonna go on.
Cool.
And I grab a random ass book off the shelf.
Oh, didn't you already put a book in the?
I use my own spellbook, but I don't want to waste my spellbook, so I grab like a random ass book off the shelf, and then
Got you.
I wait for everyone to get here before I do anything.
I very slowly make my way over there while playing.
Okay.
While playing, so you're just gonna bring them all over?
Yes.
Oh God.
Okay.
Where's Javorkin and Adeline?
I have a wall of
I'm
these.
perusing books.
Okay. What's in this thing real fast? This barrel?
It's just a barrel.
Okay.
Is it an
Now,
ordinary ass barrel?
It has cleaning supplies and such. So your Windex, your Pansol, feather dusters.
I'm gonna pick one up and just put it like right here, and the other one right here.
Yeah, the one. So, all right. Did you put a book in this one to the left?
Yeah, just put a random ass book off the shelf in there, and the wand in the other one.
Okay, so as you do that, you can hear stone start to move. So it's making that sort of grinding sound.
Do we know where it's coming from?
It's coming from the center. After a couple seconds, Odrix runs over. What is that noise? What is happening? What did you do?
Don't worry, old man.
After a couple seconds, there is a trap door that appears as the stone starts to move. And the stone moved in such a way that it's oddly like when Adeline found the Scarlet Boar's secret hideout.
Hmm.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Here we go again.
I
I
say
don't remember what he
we
did with
don't
it.
go in just yet, and we
Yeah.
go rest up and heal and eat and whatnot.
I
I'll walk
agree.
over
I'm
here.
tired.
Yeah. Good
I
idea.
soil
yeah,
the
we'll come back.
trapdoor.
So before we do this, I go back and
Why?
take the book and the
'Cause I can.
wand.
And make it go away again. Cool.
Yeah, if that's possible.
Yeah, as you do that, the trap door vanishes
Cool.
back underneath where it was at.
Okay.
Do the
Did it.
BBs manage to clean it before it goes away?
They do. There's a small soil. Odrix looks at you. What in tarnation are you doing? You're making my helpers go sporadic.
I'm sorry about that.
If you continue this, they might explode. And then I won't have to wait a week before this library goes in flames.
We'll come by tomorrow. We'll leave you alone for today. We'll get out of your hair.
Oh, please do come back. And Adeline, I hope you enjoy the reads that you got. I will look for more books that you might be interested in since you like that type of book.
Oh,
Hey,
and if
thanks.
I mean, that's fine.
Much appreciated.
could find more magic books as well, that'd be greatly appreciated.
All right. So, as you guys walk out, all the VVs sort of line up and they look towards Verdraig and they all start doing the ballerina dance that Dvorkin was doing. So
That's
they go from the side to side. They go from side to side, all twirling around. And Odrix looks at them. Never in my life have I ever imagined little helpers doing ballerina. And then he joins in on the fun.
Oh
So-
my god.
So now they're all twirling around and stuff like that.
Amazing.
It's really, yeah.
I'd like to
Anyway,
advise Odrix to make a traveling band of dancing puppets.
you advise it to him, and he repeats to you, "Oh, if they leave this library, the spell will wear off, and they will be destroyed. So, unfortunately, as much as I would love to, I can't."
Yeah, because he's gonna be out of a job soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what time is it?
So at this time, it's late in the afternoon. It's probably about 6 o'clock. But there's enough time for you to go to any shops that you want to.
Sorry, me too.
Or you can go straight to the tavern and spend the night and get some good food.
And we can do both.
Yeah.
I'm going to the smithy.
Okay. I want to go sell these jewels.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I still have my mask on and everything.
All right. So, as you walk into the jewel shop, the gentleman there, "Hi, how you doing? Come on in. What can I help you with?"
We have some jewels here we'd like to sell.
"Oh, let's see what you got."
What do I got?
So I try to sell mine for 100 each.
You're selling those pearls? No,
Not
Ro.
the pearls. I mean the bloodstone and
Okay.
and the star rose quartz.
Just as player knowledge, Miranda, the two pearls that you have are the two magical, or not, they're two material components that Jeff and Dan both need for one of their spells.
Okay, so don't sell them. Got it.
I would advise against it, but you can. But yeah, so
I
let's
wasn't
see.
planning on selling them yet anyway, so works out. I'm just trying to sell the other.
She's trying to
Okay.
rip this guy
That
off.
we have.
She's trying to do
Yes, yes, I am.
All right,
Hey, he's the
so-
asshole who didn't want to talk to me when he knew I was a tiefling. So
That is true. It's the same gentleman. So, so you put up the which ones exactly?
oh, sorry. The
Do a deception check for me.
okay. Deception. Good.
Okay, so you put up the 2 stones, and you tell him, I'll sell you these for each 100 gold each. And he looks at you, he's like, oh, that's a steep price. And he takes them and he's looking at it, he's like, actually, that's not too bad, I guess. These are a lovely stone. Where'd you get these, lass? And he looks away from his little looking glass and looks at you, waiting for an answer.
I nudge her to say, don't say the cult. Don't
I
say
got
cult.
them. I got them from this nice little duchess that I know.
Oh, Duchess, so they must be worth what you're saying. See, I can't give you full price for them though, cause there is a little nick on the side. It looks like it's been through a battle. But I could give you 80 gold for each of them.
Alright, I'll take it.
Go for it, Bill. You can buy those. Each of them, I think, has 10 charges.
Yeah, so I'm
So
getting 50
he
charges.
took 'em for
And
80.
Dvorkin Bill took a feat that allows him to use his healer kits once a day on each individual person to heal them.
Wow.
And I have 10 charges per kit that
Jesus.
if you are knocked out, it'll bring you back and give you 1 point of health.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, but yeah, they each have 10, and he can only use that feat on each person one day. So he can use the feat pretty much like 6 times a day.
But I can bring you back from death. Death's
So
door, I should
yeah,
say.
yeah, true.
As
So
many times.
all right, Anara, you sell both of those gems for 80 gold if you want.
Yep, that's exactly what I want.
All right.
And I'm out.
So he puts both gems. He opens up his pocket and drops them in there, and then he digs up underneath his store or like his counter. He digs out a bag of gold and puts gold pieces in there and slams it on the table. And it's like, pleasure doing business with you. Also, you shouldn't wear a mask. It's kind of deceiving.
I have a scar from childhood. It's kind of bad. Man.
Oh, scars show your true self. That'll let people trust you, that's for sure.
It's pretty awful, man. You really don't want to see it.
No, you can take off the mask.
Have a nice day, man. I'm out.
Alright, you have a good one. And you, sir, how can I help you?
I got some gems to sell as well.
Oh, you got gems? Let me see.
I'm not sure which one is common knowledge that I need it for spells or not ready. So.
You don't own the one that you need.
Okay.
The one that you need, Anara has, and it's the pearl. He needs the pearl that's worth 100 gold, and that's for his identify spell.
Okay.
So he's just gonna have to talk to me.
Zircon, Onyx.
They're worth 50 gold each.
Chalcedony. All those 50 gold each?
Yeah, that's the base price. So, if you want to try to up the price, you would do a deception check at your price point. And if you want to sell them at that price, you would do a persuasion check.
What if I fail the...
You'll have to see. I'm not going to tell you what happens if you fail a roll.
Yeah, no metagaming. Okay. I'll just sell them for normal price.
Alright, do a persuasion check.
Wait. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Always go higher. Because at least if you fail, he'll give you less.
What's the,
Not necessarily.
What's the thing I need to check for to cheat him? Or persuasion? Or
If you want, yeah, deception if you want to raise the price. Persuasion if you want to keep it the base price.
So is it the first one or the second one?
It's always going to be the first one because you don't have advantage. So how much are you trying to sell these for? And it has to be above 50.
85.
All right, so you put them up, and the jeweler takes them. 85 gold pieces. I'd barely give you 20. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 50 for all 5 of these stones.
All of them together?
Together.
Yeah, each one of them would probably cost about 10 each, and you got 5 of them, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll buy the lot of them for 50 gold.
so hard.
It's at this
Oh.
point
Yeah.
that I walk in.
Oh, Frederick! I remember you from the tavern. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Let me finish with this here customer who's trying to shorts change me, and I'll be right with you. So yeah, 50 for the lot.
That'd be a no-go for me.
Oh, then you're a no-go for me. Go ahead and get on out. You see the door.
Asshole.
I leave.
Alright. Ah, those
Hey,
damn...
Frederick, you should
Those
ask
damn
him-
humans always so greedy. Am I right, Frederick?
Ask him if he's had any accidents in his back area. I just want to know.
Oh my god.
What are you laughing at, babe? Do you like my dwarf?
Hilarious.
I love this character. He's so fun.
So
That character is a pain in the ass, is what it is.
Well, when you try to deceive him and you roll a 5, yeah, he is. All right. So what are you trying to do for Drake?
I don't even remember.
He can't even speak.
What?
What was I going to do? Let's see. What do I have? Oh, I wanted to sell this carnelian.
Oh, how much you trying to sell it? It's normally
I'm
worth
not really
50.
sure how much it's worth.
Normally it's 50, but I'll give you 65 for that as a friendship discount.
Oh my
Oh man, 65 gold? I really appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah, just keep on playing that music. It's the least I can do for you.
Yay.
So he goes underneath his store counter and he fills up a sack of gold, hands it to you, and he takes the gem. He's like, "Pleasure doing business."
Pleasure's all mine, sir.
Does anyone remember who I gave my stones to sell?
Me.
Good. Okay.
He only sold one
I
stone
labeled
though.
them.
Okay.
It was the Jasper and the Chalcedon. I even have what they were appraised for.
What are you trying to do, Tony?
I would like to try to sell my gems.
All right, are you trying to sell them for 50 or more?
50.
All right, persuasion.
Yeah. I'm not supposed to try to like try to get. I don't care about like goods.
Okay.
My character.
So, which are you trying to sell all your gems or?
Yeah, I have a bloodstone and an onyx.
Oh, Dvorkin. Frederick has talked good things about you. I guess you're his dance partner or something. So-
Occasionally I whip out the dance moves.
You know what? For both these gems, I'll give you 90 gold each. Not each for the lot. My bad. Had brain farts.
Oh, okay.
You know, they're stunning gems, but they're just they got a smudge right there. Can't accept it with that.
Hey, you know what, man? It's great. It's great. I'll take it.
All right, Perez, you're doing business, and I'd like to see you dance sometime soon. If y'all are going to be in the tavern tonight, I'll buy you around.
Hey, you buy me an L,
Sounds
you'll
great.
see moves.
All right, perfect. I'll see y'all later. And
I
he,
wanna ask him if he knows the smithy.
oh, the smithy. Yeah, they live up in Uptown. Kind of where the all the soldiers hang out. They don't usually sell anything to travelers or people that aren't part of the guard. So good luck to you.
Okay. Alright, thanks anyway. I'm gonna...
Although there is a halfling that sells some weapons on occasion. They're not as good a quality on most of the time, but sometimes she got some rare magical items.
Do you know anyone that does any repair work?
Actually, if you go up to the smithy, they'll repair anything for you for a fee. But they won't sell you their wares because they're definitely needing them with the whole thing going on with the kobolds and the goblins, you know?
Alright. I'm going to go up to the smithy and I'm going to take this sword that I happen to have that's all kind of damaged and stuff.
The cursed one, well, the blessed sword now.
The blessed and or cursed.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna...
Get it like sharpened and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay. So you go up to the smithy, and I don't have a generic voice for this gentleman, so he'll look at the sword and say that there's just a couple notches. He can sharpen it right up. He can get you a new hilt and stuff, and make it to where it'll be in fighting shape within a day. But he'll charge you 75 gold for it.
worth 75 gold on its own?
Well, it is blessed, so you don't understand exactly what that means yet. But you
The
have
sword
a
is actually blessed.
yeah, you dipped it in magical water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was. I didn't know that was permanent.
You didn't ask. Not to mention Jeff or Nishan has neither of them have like inspected it for you.
Yeah.
But it's
True.
it's still showing the same sort of properties. It kind of has a low glow to it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just give him the 75 gold.
Okie
Like, can
dokie.
you have it? Can you have it done by tomorrow morning?
He says he'll put in a jiffy request is what they call them, and he'll get that done. Yeah, just deduct 75 gold from your 101.
Already done. No.
Oh,
it
okay, you
was at
already did it.
176 earlier.
Gotcha. There you go, solid.
I want to go to the scholar place.
The scholar place.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The what? Oh.
That would be
17.
Oh, my bad. So those numbers there, like I just took this picture.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can make you.
Mhm.
I can have some dude that's got some scrolls. So yeah, you can roll into a place and they've got scrolls. So the shopkeeper in there. Hello, how can I help you?
Hey, so I'm looking for anything like scroll-wise or magical-oriented things.
Well, if you want scrolls, I've got blank ones all over the place. If you need magical scrolls, I've got a couple here in the back that I found on my travels as a young one before I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Oh, it was terrible. But anyway, give me 1 second. And he goes to the back. You hear him sort of like unlocking a couple of different doors and stuff. And he comes back and he's like, alright, I've got 2 scrolls here that I'm willing to give up. And he puts them on the table, and you look over the runes, and you haven't seen these runes before. One of them looks like a U with a stick person rolling through it.
Okay.
Another one looks like it has an I and an S scribbled on it.
Are these the one-time use?
They are.
Okay. Can I do a check on it real fast? No, I can't.
Yeah, you can do an Arcana check. Oh wow. So you look at both of them, and the runes remind you. One of them reminds you of a spell called Pass Without Trace, and the other one reminds you of a spell of water breathing.
Okay. I inquired the price.
Go ahead and do a. Let's see which one. Do a persuasion check for me. He's like, well, things like these don't come by all too often, so I'd have to sell them probably about 75 gold a pop.
Okay. Before I decide I want to buy those, do you have any more magical gear?
Unfortunately, I don't. I've got colored pencils.
Okay. Would you know of anyone else in town that would sell that kind of stuff?
Magical items. Man, Siege doesn't really like magic, so he doesn't even have wizards in his army, so
I've noticed.
I really don't think that he's got he allows people the casual like an occasional trader comes through every once in a while and they got something, but your best bet would go see the halfling weaponsmith, and maybe she can help you.
Okay.
She also sells armor, so
Is that the one who sells everything for like 1,000?
yes.
And would he be interested in these gems?
You show him the gems. He's like, I don't really have any reason to have those. Can you crush them into colored pencils?
You could.
How?
Yeah,
Show me. I've never done it before, so you'd have to show me. Otherwise, I got nothing for you, man.
I take a Cornelian and I use my cantrip, the lightning grasp, and I shock it. So
Okay.
it becomes a fine powder.
All right, that works. And then, so it becomes a fine powder, and then Oh wow, you made a powder. That's pretty cool. But what does that do for me, huh?
You can mix it into like
Show me.
God fucking.
I've never done this before, man. This first time. I don't know about you wizards and stuff, man.
Okay, so I take my magic hand, I throw some ice into it. I take my other cantrick, use fireball, then put the empty vial, put the water in the vial. And I mix the powder together, and then
Okay, so it's shaken, not stirred. Okay, man.
yeah.
Okay.
And now you have a
So now it's a vial. Hold on, let me go get my inkwell real quick, man. So he goes into the other room and he rolls out and he takes his pen, he puts it in there and he starts writing. He's like, "Oh man, it's glittery, man. That's so cool. You know what? Tell you what. If you give me this vial right now, and I don't even want the other stones. I love this purpley color it's got. I'll give you both these scrolls, man.
deal.
All right, there you go. This is perfect. Hey, if you ever want to make any more of this stuff, if I come across these scrolls, I'll keep them and keep you in mind, man.
Oh, sounds good. Oh,
Hey.
actually, do you have any blank scrolls?
Oh, I've got thousands of them, man. You know what? Take 20 on the house, man.
You're the best. I'll tell you one about your shop.
Oh yeah, and hey, if you're gonna tell them about my shop, come back in the morning, man. I'm gonna make a new sign with this glitter pin thing, man.
I'll love to see it.
All right, I'll see you in the morning, man. But yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, take care.
Oh yeah, man.
Okay, well, geez. I'd like to go to the dwarf, the half elf, the midget guy. What's his name?
Her name,
The halfling lady.
halfling
Yeah,
lady. All right, so you walk in there.
All her prices are inflated.
Oh, how can she doesn't have a name yet, but I can give her one. I wasn't really gonna give all of the random characters like the shopkeepers and stuff names.
I'm gonna go ahead and follow Hefe.
Yeah.
You know what? Me too.
Oh God.
No.
Name and yes.
Question.
All right.
Wearing that armor you stole from her?
Well, she's wearing her mask for sure. She didn't say anything about putting on a robe, so yes, she is wearing
Oh
it.
my God.
All right, so
You know
Jeff,
what?
as you
Before
walk
I walk
in,
into the shop, I'm gonna wear my robe. Put my robe on.
okay.
Feel better?
Are you still wearing your mask too?
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right. So Jeff, are you going to talk to that lady?
Yes, go up to her, say hello. I hear you sell an assortment of goods here.
Yeah, I sell, random little tidbits here and there, but what exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for any books about history of this place.
Books on history. Have you tried the library?
I have. I was particularly looking for Siege backstory.
Oh, I would not recommend talking about that in public. I'll forget you said anything.
Okay. Next, do you have any magical items for sale? Any scrolls? Any magical gear?
I used to have an armor of resistance made of leather, but somehow it was swiped from me after I was talking to a tiefling girl. I'm not sure what happened, but I would like to talk to her again.
I'll if you,
Maybe
if
she
you
saw
find
the culprit.
Wait, what? Maybe she what?
Maybe she saw the culprit.
Saw the culprit.
But I don't really have anything that you would want to wear.
any like wands or any amulets of magic power or anything like that?
No, nothing like that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Unless you're looking for some type of sword or some plate mail. But other than that, I don't have scrolls. I'm not into the books and stuff.
Okay. Would you know anyone else in town, or would you be the best bet?
There's a weird fellow that likes colored pencils that you could talk to.
Oh, I already talked to him. He pointed me your way.
Oh, well, what a great man. Give him my condolences.
Hey, what was your name again?
Oh, you can call me, Mildred.
Okay, Mildred. Nice to meet you.
Oh, yes. Also, if you see a tiefling girl, send her my way.
I shall.
I walk in, having heard talk about a tiefling
Don't
girl.
you dare.
Alright.
Better tell him it was a dwarf.
I talked to Mildred. I'm like, Mildred, you were looking for a tiefling girl, was it?
Oh, yes, a red tiefling girl. She was here a couple days ago, actually. And we were discussing prices over a leather armor set that I had. And she said she couldn't afford it, so she left. And then by the time I had realized it, it was gone. But I know she didn't leave with her hands full, so. But maybe she saw who did
Could
it.
have possibly been her. I don't. If she would have left, she didn't have anything. Then must have been someone that came by while you were talking to her.
All I know is that someone was able
Makes
to
sense.
open both of my doors in the back without me hearing. But when they tried to swipe the thing, they accidentally knocked over some glass, and it scared the bedazzles out of me.
So I create in my hand. I hold out my hand and I create like a small illusion that looks exactly like Onara
With your prestidigitation?
with my yes.
Alright.
Does
So you-
this look like the tiefling that you were talking to?
And she takes off her glasses, and she wipes them off real quick, puts them on, and squints. She's like, "That's the exact one." I don't remember what she said her name was. Actually, she didn't say her name. How rude. The young generations these days don't even introduce themselves properly. But yeah, if you see her in your travels, please send her my way. I just want to have a chat. Maybe over tea. Well, it's...
Mildred, I think I can help you out.
Oh!
Immediately step outside. I
Okay.
mage hand Onara's mask off.
No, you don't. No,
You have-
don't.
You have to do... So before you can run away, Anara, you have to do a dexterity save.
Okay.
This will determine... Actually, do not dexterity save. Do an acrobatics check. Or athletics. Oh, no, acrobatics, yeah. Acrobatics. So his mage hand goes in and grabs the mask and rips it off your face before you're able to dodge. Mildred comes out of the store. Oh, tiefling! I need a chat with you.
I'm gonna have my robe on.
Mildred, this is my good friend Randy. I believe she is the one that you were talking to earlier.
Yes, yes. So, I have a bone to pick with you. You left my shop, and afterwards I noticed I was missing some leather armor. So if you would give me just a moment to look over your armors, that would be perfectly fine. And if you would like to resist, I can have the guards over here, and they can settle this debate.
I'm gonna prestidigitate her armor.
Ma'am.
Dirty.
Wait, no, wait. Oh, okay, that works.
So you make her armor dirty?
Yes.
Okay.
Exceedingly so.
If you would, take off that, robe. That overcoat,
Ma'am,
please.
My armor is very, very dirty at the moment.
That is fine. I just need to see it.
I slowly take off my robe.
As-
she does so, I prestidigitation a very not strong odor, but you can tell that it's
So as you take it off,
smells
the
like she's been rolling around in something foul.
the odor starts to emanate. She's like, "Oh dear, put the robe back on. You're fine. You're fine." Oh, there's no way that leather armor would ever smell that bad. It's got resistance to petrification, but that is just foul.
I'm sorry,
Oh
ma'am, I
dear,
haven't
I've
had
got to
any
close
food
shop.
now.
I'm lightheaded. I don't feel good. You two have a wonderful night. I'm sorry for troubling you. She walks back into her house, and she closes all the blinds. You hear an audible click as she locks the door, and then you can hear...
Oh my god. I just grabbed my
So,
mask
Randy,
back. You
your
could
name is cleared.
have warned me.
Warned you.
You could have warned me, you know.
This was so much more fun.
I think it was
Alright,
also more
well-
fun too, from a DM's perspective.
I just grabbed the mask and with my sleight of hand I tossed a health potion into his bag.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully that worked. Yes, it worked.
Yep,
I
you
go
put
ahead
up
and
help.
prestidigitation away at the
He
smell
doesn't know
and the
this.
dirt.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So now she's all clean. So at this point, all the shops are starting to close up. And Dravorkin, was there anything you needed to do, or Adeline?
Still my extra great X.
Okay.
I
You
saw my scimitar as well. I picked up a dead body.
you guys can go up to the smithy in the northern part of town and sell them for 50 gold each.
Yep.
Dope.
Okay. Adeline,
Wait,
anything you
what-
need to
what
do
frequency?
besides nothing that you have? The scimitar that Jeff picked up off of one of the dudes, the cultist, and the extra great axe that Dravorkin had since he's got a great axe +1. Bill, are you still there?
Nah, I don't think he is. He's out of the roll 20 as well.
Oh,
Oh,
I guess he had to roll.
He had a roll
20 feet
probably
away.
about that time.
Yeah, he just rolled out. Okay.
You rolled 20 feet away.
Well, I'll let you guys will have a chance to buy stuff again before you leave the fortress. So
Okay.
it'll be fine. So
Head to
as
the tavern.
yeah, head to the tavern, and as you walk in, the tavern keeper goes, "Offer Drake! I know that guy. Hey, stage all ready for you, buddy." And then as he does that, the jeweler goes, "Offer Drake, my dude. I can't wait to hear what tunes you got. I know it's only been a couple days, but I'm sure you've written some new material."
Oh God.
Roll a performance check for me, for Drake.
Yield performance.
Dravorkin, roll a performance as well if you're going to dance. So you have advantage on this because they all enjoy your music. So as you're playing your songs and as Dravorkin is doing his dance, the jeweler is kind of like tilting his head and scratching his head. He's like, "Hey, Dravorkin, go ahead and cut it out. You're kind of destroying the mood of the music, honestly, man." So, but for Drake, you keep going, and they keep sending drinks your way. So after every set, you're able to down a whole ale. And then
Can I be using that other one for attunement? The new
you can like just to play it,
thing.
like just
I
to
don't
play it.
understand how the attunement thing works.
So I can explain attunement later. To cast the spells, you have to be attuned to it. To play it as a regular lute, you don't.
Okay, I'll just play the signed one then.
Okay, so yeah, you're just playing your lute, and the tavern keeper comes up and he's like, "Hey, you know what? Drinks on the house for you, and I got a room special for you, man. It's the suite, and you don't have to pay anything. Just keep on playing. It's bringing in customers. Can't tell you how much I appreciate this." So
Smile
yeah,
to the
yeah.
barkeep and made out. I don't know. I guess I make a song out to.
A song
praising the
out to
tavern.
him. Dope. So you got a free room for the night. Adeline is at the temple spending the night, and then everybody else, if you want dinner and a room, it'll be 15 gold each.
Dope.
Yes. Do we need to buy food in this one?
I
don't
mean,
need to buy food.
yeah.
No,
So
you know,
like the rations and stuff. No, I don't really play too much by that. I just have like when you go to bed and stuff. Because as long as you have rations on your person, which everyone does, then you're pretty good. Unless we go and set out on an adventure where we're not going to be near civilization for a while, that's the only time I would do that.
Okay, so 30 gold then?
15 per person for a hot meal and a room.
Ah, okay.
Guess you could instead purchase a cold meal.
Miranda, is it working yet?
No, she exited out roll 20 as well. I think she's trying to restart, maybe.
Okay. Let's see. All right, cool. So, at this point, everyone will have their health back up. So, on your character sheet, don't worry about the token. Do it on your character sheet because that'll update the token. Just type in your hit point maximum. Press enter. I'll do that for Anar. Oh, she's already at full.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you got a bunch of fucking health, dude. Because you got that 5 constitution. Alright, so, the next day approaches. Verdre goes to the, the scribe. Oh no, you go to the smithy, yeah, and you get your sword back. And now you have a short sword that deals, magic damage instead of slashing damage.
Cool.
It's also +1. No, we cannot hear you. It doesn't show you as talking.
So it's just straight up magical damage?
Yep.
Not like
Yeah, so the sword that
blessing
you...
damage or whatever?
No. Just magic damage.
Cool.
So yeah, it'll be a short sword. It deals magic damage +1. And then if you want, what I can do is I'll set it as one of your macros, and I'll get the damage and stuff.
I would definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, so I can do that before our next session. Other than that, Jeff goes back to the scribe, and he gets this really elaborate. It almost looks like it was printed off a Lexus printer or something. But he gets it, and he gets like 50 of them. So he's like, all right, man, just, give those out to any travelers you see that are headed over here, man. So they're like, I need getting some sales, man. Especially with this glitter shit, man. This is so cool. And if you do find any more colors, man, that you don't want, I'll buy them from you as long as you can do that whole mixture thing you did, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep. Can I sell them right now or no?
Yeah.
I don't have any vials on me. Does he have any vials?
He's got vials and stuff. He's like, hey, man, I'll give you all the materials and stuff. Let me just buy it from you for like 30 gold, man.
Okay, so he wants to do me give him a different color, 30 gold every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to try to persuade him for a higher price, you can do that. You would.
Are we? He's just at the bar right now.
No, he's at. It's in the morning, and he's at his shop. He opens up early.
Okay.
Think of it as like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. I'll tell him if I see anything more. I'll give it to him.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate it, man, and I'll see you later.
Yep. See you.
All right. So, everyone's fully rested. The only other thing you guys need to do is go back to the library.
Okay.
So that is where y'all head. Boom.
There we are. Oh, so the well rest thing, my spells.
Yeah, all your spells. So what I'll have you do, since you're not gonna need to spellcast anything today.
Okay.
But you can change your prepared spell before we meet next time.
Okay.
And you also get all your spell slots back. So, but I can, if you want to just research what. Well, you already got your new spells, and yeah, you just got to change what prepared ones you want before next session. I can take care of the rest, but other than that, you guys are back at the library. Odrix greets you all, and he's like, oh, goody, goody. I was hoping you'd come back. And I got, yeah, Jeffrey, you were the one that had all the stuff to do the opening of that trapdoor.
So while he's doing that, I'm gonna ask Odric what ties the puppets to this place.
Well, I don't actually know anything about magic, honestly, but I would have to say it was that wizard's magic. So, whatever spell he cast tied them to this location specifically, and if they left, then they would just, disintegrate.
Have you had one leave before?
3 actually.
Ooh.
Because the first one, I told him to go outside and fetch a bucket, and it took him an hour, so I was like, that could be. And I walked out there, and he was, on fire and a pile of ash, so I was concerned, so I had another one come out and try to clean it up, and the same thing happened, and at this point I knew what was going to happen, but just for shits and giggles, I had one more come out just to see it before my own eyes, and yeah, poof, caught on fire and eventually disintegrated. It was weird. So I don't allow them to leave anymore.
Did you find any more books for us?
I found one about goblins.
I'll take it.
Hold on, I'm trying to... Oh, wait, you can hear me, right, Miranda? So if that's the case, you find socks in the clutter, and then you also, behind all the socks, you see a door. Okay.
Your socks check door.
It is a door. It is unlocked, but it's got a lot of clutter on the other side that's preventing you from pushing it open. You need someone that's really strong.
I have an idea. I can do this.
What
I
do
have
you-
a I have a spell called Gust of Wind.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just use it even though it's not learned?
Yeah,
Like, oh wait, it's not.
it's not
whatever.
prepared.
Yeah.
We can count as prepared if you want. If you were you gonna make it prepared?
Probably.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can cast Gust of Wind then.
I'm gonna start performing. For shits and giggles.
Okay. Yeah, I cast it.
Okay. All right. Regardless of what your roll ends up being, so you cast this Gust of Wind. As you cast it, let's see, what does it say about 60 feet? So 10 feet around you. So these bookshelves that are
Oh no.
like right around here.
Uh,
As you cast it, it's sort of like a tornado effect, and all these books pick up and just fly all around, driving all these helpers crazy. So they're all trying to jump around and catch all these books. But in the chaos of everything, you can hear a bunch of stuff in this room flinging around and hitting the wall. And then as more and more of it hits the wall, the door flings right open, revealing a storage closet that hasn't been used in years.
With
With a chest.
So unfortunately for you and Ara, Jeffrey is the first one in there, and he blocks your way to getting that chest.
You're welcome.
Is it because he's fat or
Yes. Yeah, his name is Jeff.
something?
What I
Sure
see
sends
in that
pass.
chest, Brady boy.
So it is unlocked, and when you open it, you find a bag that has
Does it hold
three
things?
potions of healing inside of it.
I take. Anything else?
Just the bag and the 3 potions. That's it.
Okay, I take the bag potions. And who else is with us right now?
Do an Arcana check for me.
Hint, hint. Wait a second.
Come on, 27. That's not a 27.
Hold on. I use that my luck thing.
All right.
Which refreshes after a long rest.
Yep.
So I have 3 again.
Rip.
I do my luck thing again.
Regardless, you can feel the bag has magical
Oh.
properties, but you're not sure what the heck they are.
Okay. Who else is with us right now?
The whole party.
So there's Tony,
So you got-
Dan, Martin, me.
Yeah. Dan is technically here in spirit.
So there's 6 or 5 of us.
There's 6 of you.
I'm over
Okay.
here staring at Vivi, and he's staring back at me, and
Yeah.
we're just kind of having this awkward, silent conversation.
I
Yeah.
honestly don't know who's who besides Miranda because she's like the only girl.
I am the Dragonborn.
And you are
He's a bard.
Bard.
He's for
Okay.
Drake.
I give the Bard one of my potions I picked up,
Okay.
and
That's a potion of healing.
Yep.
yeah. And
Another potion of healing
who,
that I
who
know about.
can? Who? So the Bard can heal people, right?
He does have a healing spell.
Okay.
Yes, I have exactly 1 healing spell.
And this dude, they can't heal themselves.
No. Neither of them.
I currently have 3 potions of healing.
Okay, so this guy.
Nishan has none of them, honestly.
I give. So the orc has none.
No, the orc has 3.
Oh.
The elf,
This
Sean.
guy.
Yeah.
I give him 1 potion as well
Cool.
because I need them to stay alive for me to stay alive.
Cool. All right. So now you've unlocked all the chests that are in the library.
Oh.
And all these helpers are stacking books back on these bookshelves that scattered for who knows what reason.
Oh, so these helpers are they just cleaning up right now?
Yeah, they're just cleaning up. So
Night, Miranda.
Good night.
don't worry, there will be a new thing with the thing you guys are about to be learning.
A thing with the thing we're about to be learning.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm assuming that we're done talking to the librarian and we're gonna put the.
I am so fucking done talking to the librarian.
And he
Yes.
doesn't have any more books for us about anything.
Nope, just
So-
the one about goblins that's like the kobolds. It has basic like anatomy and stuff like that.
Okay.
Is
I
there
put this shit.
Is there
Oh.
any dance books?
There is a dance book if
With
you
pictures?
roll.
It has to have
Roll for it. Roll a perception.
perception.
I hope you get a critical hit. Just to see what he comes up with.
Golly.
So you find a book of ballerina dancing, but it's a bunch of hairy dudes.
Take it.
And it's only pictures.
Take it.
Hey, that's what I need.
Okay.
Is there any like elf books or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Okay. I put the shit back in the shit.
Alright. The trapdoor appears after all of the stone I don't know, pressing against each other, expanding, contracting, stuff like that. And with it comes a ladder when you open the door that goes down into a very dark pit.
That one guy has a light, doesn't he?
For Drake,
The Dragonborn? Yes.
yeah, he's
Dragon.
got
Very
a
many
candle.
candles. I light
Okay.
exactly 1 candle.
All right.
So
I lower
Dragonborn,
it down with my mage hand.
this guy can cast right with me magic spells.
Yeah.
Okay, but Magic Born is like more racial ability magic, or no?
What do you?
I have Thunder Breath. I also have various other spells.
Yeah, his spells come from his bard stuff. So
Okay.
I have
yeah,
Charm
since
Person,
he's a
Healing
bard,
Word, Hades Laughter, Thunder Wave,
Yeah.
Sleep, Heat
bards
Metal, and
cast
Enhance
spells
Ability.
that like are more utility based, while you wizard guys can cast utility
shit up.
spells, but you
blow
mostly
shit
do
up.
damage with your spells.
Okay.
And then Adeline, Bill's character, has he has spells as well, but most of them have to do with detecting evil or giving magical effects to things or healing.
Okay. So I'm the DPS mage.
You and well, so the path that Dan is going is more of, he's in the long run, he's going to be more utility. But you would be, since you're going evocation, you would end up being the DPS mage in the long run. Right now, you guys deal about the same damage, though.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So how much farther are we gonna go with this? Or are we stopping here?
Once you go down, I just got a little bit more, and then we're
Okay.
done with what I
Can we
had
bring
planned.
one of these guys with us down there?
The helper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do my sock thing again and like
So
drag one with me.
yeah, so you
Well,
pull out a
they blow
sock.
up, don't they?
Only
Wait,
if
it's
they
still
go
alive.
outside.
Yeah.
This is the basement. So you pull out a sock, and he follows you.
I want 2.
The other one doesn't seem interested. He's more interested in all these books you scattered everywhere.
Okay. That's good.
What do you do with it?
Oh, I just make him follow me down there.
Okay, so he follows you as you go down. He's clumsy, so he slips and falls all the way down while you climb. And you hear a thud at the bottom. And as you hear the thud, you hear, huh?
Coming from the
Coming not from the puppet. The puppets are mute.
I look.
Okay.
Do I see anything since my candle is down there?
Well, Jeff is going first. So Jeff
See
is...
Jeff.
Jeff gets to the bottom of the ladder. And...
Let me, do something.
Okay.
Let's push the limitations. It's the digitation. There's nothing I can do with that right now.
Can I use...
If you're worried about getting hurt, nothing's going to attack you.
No, should I use like disguise self for this one? Makes me look like another person. I don't know what's down there. So,
I mean, if y'all want me to go down there first, just in case, like any traps, I can take it on.
Well, you were already in the middle of climbing down technically,
yeah,
so you
just keep
can't
going, just
cast.
keep going
Yeah.
through it.
So you get down there, and as you come down there, for Drake's little candle with the mage hand comes down and sort of lights up a already dim lighted area. So you descend, and once you look around, you notice it's a small room with books piled from the ground all the way to the ceiling, which is about 10 feet. And as you're looking around, on the other side where this ladder comes down, there is a table, and there's a robed figure who turns to you, but he doesn't show his face. You can't see his face, but he walks up to you. Ah, a visitor.
Hello there.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yes. How did you find me?
We were in this library upstairs, and we put some things in the statues, and this trapdoor appeared.
Ah, so you figured it out. No one has figured it out in 50 years.
So, my name is
Only
Yef.
50.
What is your name?
Ah, my name is Rexa. Glad to meet your acquaintance.
Good to meet you too. What are you doing down here?
This is where I live. Otrix takes care of all the things upstairs, and occasionally he brings me books of magical value.
Oh, really? He didn't seem to acknowledge that you were here.
Nobody knows of my existence, and we will keep it that way.
Understood. May I look at some of these books you have? Maybe we can share some knowledge. I also start to study the arcane.
Go ahead and roll
Ooh,
Arcana and Persuasion for me.
Ooh, okay.
We'll take the highest of both. You'll have advantage on Arcana and just regular on Persuasion.
Okay.
But I'm having you do both. All right, so
I
Arcana.
got-
So yeah, with
on.
your no,
We
it's yeah. Oh, are you thinking about doing luck?
Yeah,
Do you want to?
kinda.
Okay, you can use your luck and re-roll Arcana.
Yeah.
All right. So you tell him that you would like to see his magical books because you would like to share knowledge with him. Yes, I too thirst for knowledge. What is it that you have to offer me, though? Let me look at your spell book.
Okay.
I have some rope.
Not interested.
I get it. I get it.
So he's
Not
looking at my spell book.
interested.
Yeah, so he pops up in your spell book, and you see him take out a book from his shelf, and he opens it up, and you tell that it is blank, and you can see him scribbling, copying word for word everything that is in your spell book. Ah, are there any particular books you would like to see? Tony. That's great. He's not interested.
I kind of want to know what he has. Is that's a like what does he have?
Well, not to sound like a stalker, but I did hear you trying to find the lineage of Siege the Crimson.
That is true.
I happen to have a book of one of his great ancestors, Ngex.
I would be very interested in that.
I will let you borrow.
Wait, you go on.
Gex.
Yeah, Ngex.
Oh dear.
Very well. He turns around and propped up on a special sort of, I don't know, something that would keep a book held upright so that he could copy stuff. He picks up the book. Be very, very delicate with it. It is very old. Some pages are missing, but this is all I can offer you about X and Siege's lineage.
Okay.
Now, if you would kindly read it upstairs, give me an hour and I'll be done with your spell book.
Okay. I inquire if I can have any other evocation book.
So he looks around and he's, this one might be of interest to you. And he gives you a book. I'll pick out what spell it is, but it'll be a level 2 spell.
Okay.
And I'll allow your character and Dan's character enough time to be able to transfer that to y'all's spell book.
Cool.
But right now, he's just giving it to you. I'll pick out what spell it is, and then, yeah. But you have the Books of Ngex. It's pretty much a history on her.
Mm-hmm.
So, the way I had this planned was I actually wrote like a whole story on Ngex, but I'll make that into a separate file, sort of like the story. So if you go to your journal and you see the story, I will... Because if I read it off, it'll take... Honestly, it'd probably take 10 minutes to read all this shit off.
This is where at?
I'm about to make it right now.
Okay.
Or you just gonna like copy and paste it?
Yeah, so it'll be a handout. It'll be called History of Ngex. And boom. Alright, so you should see the history of Ngex now. Or, hold on, never mind. Can be read by all players. Boom. Now you should see the history of Ngex.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, so I wrote that out a couple nights ago. So that will be the basics of what you'll know about Ngex. You can read it before next session. But other than that, that's pretty much all I had planned for today.
Okay.
So what we'll end up doing is we'll close it off right here to where you guys are pretty much for the next couple hours in the D&D world. You guys are reading over this book and learning about Ngex. and then I'll give you a brief rundown of the stuff, like the cliff notes on when we begin next session. But other than that, we're all good to go. We did everything we needed to for today.
Okay.
So this is where we bid ourselves adieu.
One question though.
Yeah.
I need a counter for my luck to track it. How do I do? I have 1 out of 3 left right now.
So go to your bio, and then on the additional features and traits, just type luck counter. I'm actually doing it, and you've got 1 out of 3 left.
Okay.
That's what Bill's doing with his lay on hands, because it is kind of hard to just keep track. But yeah, we'll use that method. It's just easy. But yeah, other than that, we're all good to go. We're done for today. And then, are we going to be able to do next week normal time around 5:30 Mountain Time, 7:30 Eastern Time?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, should be able to.
Or will it
next
be a
weekend
little...
is the Super Bowl.
Oh, is it?
Let me check.
Yeah.
That's right. If you guys are able, we could probably play before the Super Bowl.
Let me check my schedule.
Yeah, we can talk about it throughout the week. Try to figure out what people like, if people are doing stuff and they'll be busy for the whole night.
Let's see.
Because if we can get a morning session in, that'd be fine with me. If we need to do it on Saturday or something.
off
Yeah, so the
Saturday.
Super Bowl starts at 6:30 Eastern time. So I'm honestly down with playing anytime after like 1:30 because I get out of church and I have guitar lessons.
Okay, 1:30 Eastern,
Yeah.
which would translate to 11:30 Mountain. So
Yeah,
I'll
so
yeah,
anytime after that.
This is on Saturday?
Sunday,
Sunday.
Sunday I have work from 7 to 2.
and that is Central Time.
Yes, Central.
Okay, so that would actually... Okay. We'll end up getting it figured out. We'll try to see if everyone can do a Saturday. If not, we'll try to figure out what time we can do Sunday. But other than that, yeah, I will catch you guys all later. And then, Jeff, I'll send you and Dan a message on what that spell book is, but I'll probably just add it to y'all's sheet.
Okay. Cool.
And then... Yeah, other than that, we're all good to go. We did gain XP for all the stuff you guys did.
Really? You're keeping track of it?
Yeah, I'm keeping track of all the XP. But yeah, you guys, I guess I didn't make it inherently clear. Maybe I didn't explain it. I don't think I did explain it. But XP can be gathered not only from combat, but by exploring and doing skill checks and role-playing with characters. So... For instance, if you guys...
Experience for that thing with Inara?
Yes, actually.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so when you do stuff that, like when you role play it and roll in such a way that makes it to where the outcome I had planned doesn't happen, then I usually reward XP for it. So there's multiple ways to get XP in this game. I don't want y'all thinking it's just combat.
So,
But...
out of curiosity,
Mhm.
what did you have planned with that interaction?
Honestly, what was going to happen is she was going to walk in and be questioned by the halfling, but she was wearing her robe and her mask. So the halfling probably would end up being like calling the guards because she was scared. Because she's already been robbed and now there's a robed figure with a mask on in her shop. So... yeah, the guards would have been called, and if she was caught with the armor, which she would have been fined or thrown in jail. Or have to fight her way out of it and then be branded as a traitor.
What did you improvise this time around?
I improvised pretty much all the shopkeepers.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's the only thing I improvise really. I get on Donjon and get a random loot table for the items that you guys can purchase. And then after that I roleplay what happens with the roles that you guys have. Other than that, the whole library was planned out that way. and talking to Siege and Sylvia was planned that way, as well as finishing up the
Odrix.
dungeon. Yeah, Odrix. Yeah, everything in the library went as I planned it to do.
Okay.
So, yeah, other than that, we're all done. So I will catch you guys later. If you have any questions about your characters or anything, just shoot me a message. But other than that, I will see you guys.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
See ya.
Yeah.
Peace.
Later.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time. I'll try to get my stream fixed for next session because that honestly upsets me. But anyway, hope you had fun, and we will see you next time. Peace.